Merry early Christmas.
Oh my god!
I don't have any. My mom is calling me again. Hey guys, I'm back.
People who cheat in their speedruns are hilarious because they're terrible at hiding the fact that they cheated. These are the funniest fake Minecraft speedruns. This speedrun looks normal. Normal loading screen, normal spawn, normal timer, but let me tell you, it's not normal. They spawn right near a ruined nether portal. Yeah, real ruined. It's complete, which isn't even possible. They open the chest next to it and they find some regular old Minecraft loot. A golden pickaxe, a golden hoe, a fishing rod. Like I said, pretty normal Minecraft stuff here. Well, just wait. The speedrunner wastes time trying to place obsidian on one corner of the portal, even though it would have worked fine without it. I don't think they understand how speedrunning works. So they light the portal. Wait, why are they walking away? They start fishing, and is that a steak? This guy is so lucky. He just fished 34 cooked steaks out of thin air. I am so confused. They fish again, and this time they get a diamond shovel with literally every enchantment you could possibly think of. Totally legit. So yeah, they just casually use this magical fishing rod to get a beacon, a diamond pickaxe, a diamond sword, and by the end of their deep sea fishing expedition, they have a full set of enchanted diamond armor with more enchantments than subscribers I have on YouTube. They waste a bunch of time collecting dirt with their special shovel, then they enter the nether. But their chat clearly says set own game mode to survival, and they spawn not only in a nether fortress, but right in front of a blaze spawner. Not suspicious at all. And when they start fighting the blaze, one blaze drops 64 blaze rods. Let's see here. One blaze equals 9,000 blaze rods. Yeah, that math checks out. So after completely obliterating everything in sight, they leave the nether fortress and travel to a very specific location where they trap a seemingly normal piglin to trade. And would you look at that, there's conveniently nether gold ore above them. How lucky. So they mine the gold and get 49 gold ingots, and here's where they goofed up. They try to make gold ingots, but they realize they need a crafting table to do so, but they don't have any wood to make a crafting table. So there is a very subtle cut to the speedrun where it looks like they just opened their inventory, but you can see the piglin on the right completely disappear, and their 49 gold ingots magically turned into 1 gold ingot. Yep, looks normal to me. So they drop this 1 gold ingot down to the trapped piglin to trade, and out of nowhere the piglin dies and drops like 1 billion kajillion ender pearls. I have so many questions. So they craft Eyes of Ender, then they try to find their way back to the nether portal. On the way there, they run into some wither skeletons, and their enchanted diamond sword must have knocked back 1,000,000 because they literally launched it into the quantum realm. After wasting time trying to find their portal, the speedrunner decides it's okay to just speed up their speedrun. But if I slow down the footage and go frame by frame, you can see they went into spectator mode, located the portal, and they went back into survival mode and didn't even try to hide it. And it just gets worse. They return to their original portal, but as soon as they return to the overworld, they complete the challenge Subspace Bubble, which can be achieved by entering the nether, traveling 875 blocks, and then returning to the overworld with a new portal, which means this guy's a big stinky cheater. So he throws an Eye of Ender and it conveniently goes beneath him. The speedrunner digs down and they fall right into the stronghold portal room without getting the I Spy advancement. And the icing on the cake, the portal is complete. You're literally 2 million times more likely to be struck by lightning. They enter the end and wait a second, why is the Ender Dragon dressed like the Incredible Hulk? Instead of actually fighting the dragon, they waste a bunch of time using their magical fishing rod, and they get the Horn of Gabriel, and this happens. Somehow the Ender Dragon died from the flash of light, and they beat the game. This wasn't a speedrun. This was a whole damn Netflix series. This speedrunner is Technoblade? Well, the chat says set own game mode to survival, and they're already level 4, so this is about as real as that time my dad left for milk and said he'd come back. Also, the tree in front of them is already broken, and to top it off, they break 1 log just for the sake of making this look legit. So they turn around, and ahead of them is what appears to be a Wish.com nether portal and 2 chests. Inside the first chest is what you'd expect from a kid cheating in a Minecraft speedrun, full netherite armor. And in the second chest, there's some arrows, some golden apples, the netherite epic gamer weapon. Wait a second, what? This one was definitely legit. This speedrunner starts off in creative mode. On top of that, the video suddenly cuts to a timer starting, even though they already started playing. Yeah, this speedrun is really promising. So they break wood in creative mode, but the blocks don't even drop. Despite that, the video jump cuts to a crafting table, and he suddenly has wood, planks, and sticks. But wait, there's more. Why is there a desert eagle on the side of the screen? I guess they changed their mind about cheating, so they're suddenly in survival mode now. And you know what? I'll give them a get out of jail free card here. After mining some cobblestone, they go back to their crafting table to make a stone pickaxe, and after that they mine iron ore. Pretty normal Minecraft stuff here, but just wait. They smelt the iron ore to get iron nuggets, and they craft a— wait, that's not a pickaxe. Yeah, so it's possible the speedrunner is using some illegal mods here. Last time I checked, desert eagles aren't in vanilla Minecraft. Well, they proceed to use the desert eagle to just destroy everything in front of them. And did I mention they're in creative mode again? The speedrunner then travels to a cave, and they use the desert eagle to mine for diamonds. Totally legit. There's a sudden cut in the speedrun, and all of a sudden they get a free upgrade. They proceed to obliterate the cave. And it just continues to get worse. There's another shameless cut to the video, and they just happen to find a rocket launcher. After another cut, their rocket launcher changed color from yellow to green, and even though they're clearly trying to use it, it's not working. Until Minecraft freezes, and this happens. They literally nuked their Minecraft world. And the speedrunner did all of this just to find some diamonds. This is painful to watch. And if you're wondering if it gets worse, it does. The speedrunner proceeds to spend the next 10 minutes sniping these endermen, and there's a shameless cut to him magically having a stack of Eyes of Ender. I feel physical pain for the speedrun moderators who had to watch this. So he digs down and finds a stronghold, all normal Minecraft stuff here. After wasting even more time trying to find the ender portal, the speedrunner breaks out some of his tools from earlier. Needless to say, he finds the portal very quickly. So he fills the portal with Eyes of Ender, and the dragon battle was a piece of cake, considering he has an atomic bomb. The speedrunner opens their timer and shows they beat the game in 14 seconds, which is rookie numbers. I mean, come on, he couldn't even get beneath 1 second? What a noob, am I right? This speedrunner starts off by riding a minecart, using his elytra to fly in the sky, and then he fights a ravager. Wait, this is the wrong footage. This is probably the luckiest speedrun I've ever seen. But we're just gonna pretend it doesn't say set on game mode to survival, and on top of that, they're already level 7. So they either were in creative mode before the speedrun started, or they must be so fast at leveling up, we just didn't see it. So they spawn in on a seemingly random location, but I don't remember island minecarts being a vanilla Minecraft feature. What in tarnation? They open the minecart chest, and there's a netherite pickaxe, a single obsidian block, and flint and steel. As if the netherite pickaxe isn't enough proof for this being fake, I wonder what the obsidian and flint and steel is for. Perhaps a nether portal? Well, listen to what the speedrunner says in his microphone.
Let's dig in a very, very completely random spot.
What a coincidence. A nether portal? This guy is really lucky because he conveniently has one obsidian block for the one missing spot on the portal. Coincidence? I think not. So he fills the portal, lights it, and enters the nether. When in the nether, he opens the chat box and shamelessly shows his entire command history. Survival mode, creative mode, changing the time. Yeah, he's not even trying to hide the fact that he's cheating. Well, it gets worse. He says this.
Now I'm just gonna do like a completely useless command.
And he gives himself a blaze rod. Yeah, a blaze rod during a speedrun, completely useless. So he exits the nether, returns to the surface, and on the opposite side of the island, oh look, another chest! And what do you know, it has a single ender pearl in it to go with this single blaze rod. So he crafts an Eye of Ender, and the speedrunner actually has the gabagools to say this.
I wonder how I got that.
Buddy, you're cheating. That's how you got it. Right next to the chest is a hole with water at the bottom of it. So he drops down into it, and he found the end portal. Totally legit. Miraculously, he has one Eye of Ender for the one missing slot on the end portal. Like I said, this guy's just lucky. So he fills the portal and enters the end, and then he just starts looking desperate. The speedrunner types in chat, /die. This is painful to watch. After the speedrunner realizes he's so bad at Minecraft that he has no idea how to beat the dragon, even while cheating, there's a sudden jump cut to the speedrun, and the dragon is gone. And the speedrunner says this.
I guess that's a new world record.
Watch out, Dream and Technoblade. This guy's coming for you. This speedrunner starts off mid-jump, and are speedrunners allowed to use resource packs? The speedrunner enters a village house that shouldn't have a chest in it, but it does. And take a look at what they find.
Is that the legendary stick of Jesus? Oh my god.
I'm sorry, did he just say the stick of Jesus? Get ready to witness a miracle.
Okay, yes, it always gives you 5 iron.
Yeah, they cut their recording, so we're just gonna have to trust that they actually did get 5 iron ingots from that golem. As if this speedrunner wasn't already suspicious enough, listen to how conspicuous this goofball sounds.
I just need a crafting table. I'm gonna check in here. Oh my god, there's a crafting table. It's almost like I put that in there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna have to cut that out of the recording.
This guy sounds so guilty. There is no way this was submitted to speedrun.com. So yeah, they found a crafting table, made a bucket, and watch what happens when they attempt to make a nether portal.
Okay, guys,
This goober is such a bad liar. He makes those $10 billion inheritance emails look real.
now I need a flint. Okay, guys, I got a flint and steel.
Bruh. I guess he has flint and steel now, so he lights the portal and enters the nether.
Alright, I'm in the nether. Now we just gotta go.
Go where? How is this the nether?
We can't, oh, come on.
Where are you?
Okay, we don't have too long to do this.
Do what? Where is Minecraft?
I have to do this as fast as possible.
Do what as fast as possible? Do I live under a rock and miss some big new Minecraft update?
Okay, if we do this next level, it should give me enough stuff to actually get to the end.
Okay, now wait a second. What?
Please? Oh my god, no way. It worked. I have 127 totems.
Can someone confirm the legitimacy of the speedrun, please?
This should be where I can go down to get to the end. please. Is this right? Oh my god. God says good luck. I guess he misspelled it or something though.
I'm sorry, but do you really expect me to believe that God would misspell the word luck? This guy is such a fraud.
Well, I don't have blaze rods, but this ore seems kind of cool. What if I... Oh my god, it worked! It gave me blaze rods and pearls.
What? From golden ore? So they make eyes of Ender, fill the portal, and enter the end.
I got rid of the crystals, have fun. Your dad. P.S. They're out of milk.
Oh my holy cannoli!
No! Okay, I will do this for my dad.
You can do it!
He went to the store to buy milk and he hasn't returned for 30 years. I need to do this to make him return. Oh my god, oh my god. I gotta go get the dragon. Yes! Let's go!
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about!
Doomsday crisis diverted.
Wait, where's my dad?
So how about that new Nether update, huh? Look, you probably won't believe me, but this next speedrun is so cursed. Just take a look at how it starts. Are speedruns supposed to have intros? On top of that, we were fortunate enough to get some live commentary from the speedrunner.
So today we will be speedrunning. Let's go.
Oh, this is gonna be so goofy. They spawn right outside of a desert pyramid, and on the inside, things look a little unusual. A whole village of torches. And I'm pretty sure this block is supposed to be blue. That's not all what's wrong here. Roll the clip.
Break. Oh my god, there's water down here. Holy shit.
Okay, so it doesn't take a rocket scientist to conclude that this speedrunner is clearly cheating. But the main reason I included this in my video is because of how funny this guy's commentary is.
I have to get the TNT, so wait. Oh my god, it's another room.
Ah yes, this must be the hidden treasure room. Just like that, they beat the game. Nah, I'm kidding. Their end portal doesn't even work.
Hey, why does it not work? What? Hey, wait, give me a second. Technical
What was that cut?
and we are back.
Ah, it cracks me up every time. But wait, there's more.
Let's go. And now we are back, boys.
Even cheating, this kid is just terrible at the game. You gotta love how an actual professional speedrunner would probably kill the dragon quicker than this floating goofball.
Dragon is running away from us, guys. Look, he's such a coward.
And they're shooting arrows at the dragon while she's perched. This is just painful to watch. Luckily though, the end of this speedrun is the icing on the cake.
And we're back, guys. Oh my god, we beat the dragon. Holy shit.
Whoa, buddy, my videos are family friendly. No cursing here, come on. Okay. I really want to believe that this speedrun is legitimate because it is extremely professional. They have a timer, they have the tick rate updated, which means they're probably an experienced tool-assisted speedrunner, but just watch the speedrun, it's wacky. They dig straight down, finding a buried treasure chest, and it does look very normal. They take 6 iron ingots, 2 blocks of TNT, and craft a pressure plate. The speedrunner builds back up, and they get very lucky by finding a village.
Come on. Ah, dang it, I lost some time in the water.
See what I mean though? This guy seems like a very professional speedrunner. Well, hold on to your socks. The speedrunner then starts looting the village.
Oak saplings are super overpowered.
Believe it or not, this single oak sapling is the key to this entire speedrun. They finish grabbing 4 beds, then they use their TNT and pressure plate to blow up a house. A very efficient speedrunning strategy for getting cobblestone. Then, after the speedrunner gets their cobblestone, they build the portal. Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Make the portal, and boom.
They really had us in the first half. You're probably thinking, now that he's in the nether, the speedrunner's probably looking for a nether fortress or a bastion. But, just roll the clip.
Alright, there we go. Pretty lucky that I got that cave.
Well, that all happened very quickly. Luckily, the dragon begins to perch, and remember what the speedrunner said earlier about oak saplings? Well...
Run is so bad, alright? I can just finish it up. But it was garbage. Woo, world record number like 17.
I am convinced this man is responsible for every submission on speedrun.com. To give you an idea of what to expect for this next speedrun, this is its thumbnail. Is Minecraft Steve okay?
Hey guys, welcome back to another video.
He was in creative, but he switched back to survival before starting the speedrun, so I'll give him a chance here.
We're gonna be speedrunning Minecraft, and this is totally real. So, oh wow, what is this? I think we found the rarest structure in Minecraft.
Actually though, I've never seen this structure before.
No way, guys, I think we just got the rarest structure in the game.
You know, it's just a hunch, but I think this is the rarest structure in Minecraft. The speedrunner casually acquired more weapons than FPS Russia, but now they're just stuck in this bottomless pit. Oh, I mean the rarest structure in Minecraft. And it is embarrassing how they get out of it.
Anyway,
Like I said, as long as he goes back to survival mode, it's fair game, right?
no way, bro. There was a full ender portal right here.
So the speedrunner uses the nether portal, and wait a second. What in the world is MSWP? Missouri State Water Patrol? No, that can't be it. Montessori School of Washington Park? No, wait a second, I got it, of course. It's Minecraft Super Wumbo Party. So they get to the nether, and it looks like they got a special mystery gift from Herobrine himself.
No way. Thank you, Herobrine. You're so cool.
The speedrunner returns to the overworld with their miraculous loot, and these next few moments are so ridiculously goofy.
No way, guys. We got 1 in a trillion chance.
I'm not really sure how the guns and endless diamonds are adding to this speedrun, but out of all the ways this guy could have cheated, this is how he decides to.
Ooh, no way. Why were there just ender pearls right here? Huh? Killed the dragon for you, Herobrine? That means we got the world record.
Alright, I guess if you want the new world record, just call up your old pal Herobrine. Please subscribe and watch more of my videos. This speedrun starts off looking pretty normal. You can see all their recent save files, and it appears as if they speedrun pretty frequently. 7 p.m., 7:01 p.m., 7:26 p.m. I'm not sure what Emma's epic end practice or is, but the beginning of this video is promising. So they create their new world, putting the difficulty on easy, and the world creation looks pretty normal. Nothing funky happening here. Oh, no. Wait a second. Is this the speedrun that I think it is? Let's take a look. There's a lot of dream impersonators out there. This could be him, this couldn't be him. There's only one way to find out. Unfortunately, the video quality on this speedrun is quite low. Again, it seems to be a pretty common theme for speedrunners to record with a toaster oven, but in the distance here, you can see that the speedrunner found a desert village and a desert temple. So the speedrunner breaks this tree, using the wood to craft a crafting table. That sounded redundant. And right in front of them is a lava pool. Extremely lucky. So the speedrunner crafts wooden tools and they break this stone, getting stone tools in just under a minute. While they're next to the lava pool, they also dig up this gravel to get flint, which tells me the speedrunner actually has a pretty good idea of what they're doing right now. Well, when the speedrunner gets into the village, they do exactly what you'd expect. They break some hay bales, they kill the iron golem, and the speedrunner gets 4 iron ingots from that golem. Now listen, I remember my last video, you guys gave me a real hard time because I was overly paranoid and thought that you couldn't get 5 iron ingots from a golem. Listen, if you were me, you were watching these goofy speedruns every day, you'd be overly cautious too. Anyways, blah blah blah. They break some beds, they craft a bucket, and looky here, there's a water pool right next to the lava pool. I'm beginning to get a little suspicious. I don't know about you. Regardless, they make their nether portal, light it, and they enter the end. And as soon as they enter the nether, they are directly outside of a nether fortress. And I just want to put this out here, this speedrun is in fact Dream's speedrun. And you can tell how this speedrun is really not that much different from the goofy ones that I review. I get that every Minecraft world is random, but the luck in this speedrun is absurd. It is just ridiculous. Every step of the way, he is getting unbelievably lucky. And it really is a surprise to me that no one was skeptical at first. So after exploring the nether fortress for only 40 seconds, Dream finds a blaze spawner. Very, very lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I have no idea how no one was skeptical about this. Dream killed 5 blaze rods and got exactly 1 blaze rod. Hey, how's it going? It's Aandoro at night. I just want to chime in here and say I don't understand why as soon as I turn my microphone on, I lose the ability to speak. Anyways, Dream killed 5 blazes, and every single one he got a blaze rod. I remember he hired Bill Nye the Science Guy to do the maths behind it, but the chances of this happening is literally astronomical.
My RNG.
Buddy really said my RNG. He knows what he was doing. That's 6 blaze, that's 7 blaze and 7 blaze rods. He doesn't even need more blaze powder, but he's still killing them. So he killed 9 blaze in total and got 8 blaze rods. Listen, no offense to you, but I'm pretty sure it's been proven that Dream cheated in the speedrun. I don't have anything against the guy except for the fact that he stole my Minecraft pet hunt video, and if you want to hear about that, go on my channel. It doesn't matter, let's just keep on watching the speedrun. So I kid you not, literally 5 seconds later, Dream immediately finds piglins to trade with, which is extremely lucky. He gives the piglin 6 gold ingots. 6, count them, 6 gold ingots. Maybe I'm just not good at math. I literally have a math minor. He just got 6 ender pearls from 1 gold ingot. Now again, I know that he hired Bill Nye the Science Guy to prove the math behind it, but I'm flabbergasted. I have no idea how that's even possible. Someone in the comments is gonna have to help my peanut brain understand this. So Dream got 11 ender pearls from 6 gold ingots. And he killed, what did I say, 9 blaze? And got 8 blaze rods? Again, in retrospect, I just find it so hilarious that no one suspected a thing in the moment. Like, I genuinely, I feel I'm more likely to win the lottery than all this to happen. And it's so interesting how if you listen to the audio in the speedrun, he's completely silent after all this happening.
Give me one more trade. have no beds! Oh my god! I have no flipping beds.
So if you didn't hear Dream, he's screaming about how he doesn't have any beds. And I genuinely believe that he was just trying to make a stink about nothing to distract his audience from the fact that he just made a massive stinker, a big fat cheat. Anyways, enough of the peanut gallery. Dream makes 11 Eyes of Ender, throws one of them, and surprise, surprise, it actually breaks. And then it's so crazy because if you listen to the audio, I'm just gonna play it. You tell me what you think.
Oh, this is rigged. This is rigged against me. And in my favor.
If you didn't hear him, he says this is rigged. Rigged against me. Oh my goodness. And in my favor? I feel like he was so blatant about the cheating. My goodness. So this part of the speedrun is actually pretty boring. Dream just kind of runs around and wastes 2 minutes trying to find another village. He does get beds, which is very lucky. Spending another 2 minutes just traveling trying to find the stronghold. He throws one of his Eyes of Ender. It does not break. And then he digs down. There is a little bit of struggle for him to find the stronghold, but he does find it. Oh, brother, this is so boring. Sorry guys, the last 5 minutes was just excruciatingly boring, so I'm gonna quick sum it up for you in 5 seconds. Dream goes into the portal room. He only has 10 Eyes of Ender. There is 1 frame filled, so he just needs 1 more. So unfortunately, he wastes 5 minutes trying to find an Enderman. He eventually does find one, and of course, there is a 50% chance that an Enderman drops an Ender Pearl. And what do you know? Dream gets the sweet, sweet Ender Pearl. So he returns to the portal room and enters the end. And I'm actually pretty surprised here because, look, I'm not a speedrunner myself, but I feel like I could get the dragon to perch more quickly than Dream. He honestly wastes a lot of time trying to get the dragon to perch, but eventually it does go down and he kills the dragon with 6 beds. And after the speedrun is over, I just want you to listen to what he says here.
That run was full of luck. There was a lot of luck in that run.
If you couldn't hear him, he says that run was full of luck. Yeah, I agree. At the end of the day, am I ever really gonna know if Dream knowingly cheated or not? I'm not sure. The guy gets involved in drama as often as I breathe air. I mean, he even went as far as to steal one of my videos. If you guys wanna hear about that, I made a video about it. Go check it out on my channel. Regardless, I don't really care. It's a game about blocks. Supposedly, the story goes he had plugins on his computer and he didn't know it. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Let's just check out the next speedrun. This speedrun is very interesting. Now listen, I know I have a lot of viewers all around the world. Supposedly just 40% of my audience is from the United States, and I actually have a lot of viewers who are in Europe. So maybe you guys could help me out. I have no idea what language this guy is speaking. It sounds very cool. Anyways, that's not important. The speedrunner creates their world, calling it Speedrun. But hang on a second, things are not starting off good here. They don't show their world creation, and as soon as the run starts off, come on, another rookie mistake. They are selecting the 6th slot in their inventory, and they already have 1 level of experience. So, yeah, this is not promising. Oh, come on, man. Do not tell me that you enabled the bonus chest when you created this world. Wait a second, though. This is looking a little different than the bonus chest. And I don't know if you could see in the corner of the screen, but they did just find a village. Yeah, this is not the bonus chest. Well, maybe there's still hope for the speedrunner. Oh, look, a chicken. Yeah, that's definitely not what the bonus chest would do. They got so much loot from that chicken, they had to get rid of some of it. Now listen, I'm not exaggerating. The speedrunner finds this village. Just take a wild guess as to what you think is about to happen. Maybe they're gonna break some beds. Maybe they're gonna kill the iron golem. No, it's none of that. There is a trap door in this villager house. And you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. Just watch what happens. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure a villager didn't dig that hole. At the bottom of it, the speedrunner finds really everything they need. Lava, obsidian, golden blocks, phallic structures. Now, I don't know if you noticed what just happened, but the speedrunner made a very sudden cut in their video, and you can see that they gave themselves 64 obsidian. And again, really another cut, and they gave themselves flint and steel. So and I'm air quoting here, speedrunner lights their nether portal and enters the end. Sorry guys, I'm taking a quick break. My cat is about to sit on my keyboard. Can't record while she's doing that. Okay, now she's cleaning herself while she sits on me. Just one moment. All right, I'm back, and apparently the speedrunner's back with the bonus chest. Come on, dude. Supposedly, the nether portal is built right outside of a nether fortress. And inside of this bonus chest, according to the speedrunner, it's an Endermano Kioshus. I'm not gonna try and say that again. The speedrunner uses their Enderman spawn egg to spawn an Enderman. They immediately slaughter it, getting too many ender pearls. Immediately after that, they find some sort of netherite block hallway, and looky here, another bonus chest. This sign, I'm not even gonna attempt to say it. I'm not gonna make a fool of myself again. Well, inside the chest is a blaze spawn egg. So the speedrunner spawns the blaze, kills the blaze, and gets an endless amount of blaze rods. Kinda like how Dream did in the last speedrun. And right after that, I'm just gonna pause the video here. You're never gonna guess what happens. The speedrunner finds, don't worry, I'm not gonna call it the wish.com nether portal because so many of you were upset with me when I called it that. This supposedly is called an ether portal. Aether portal? I don't know. And this portal brings the speedrunner into the middle of the ocean on the most jerry-rigged looking end portal I have ever seen in my entire life. Oh, hang on a second, guys. I gotta take this. Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell him. Yeah. All right, bye. Listen, buddy, Walmart called. They want their great value back. And the end portal doesn't even work when he fills it with all the eyes. Of course, there's another cut, and they've clearly fixed their goof. So the speedrunner enters the end. And you know it's gonna get intense when the speedrunner starts playing motivational epic music in the background of their speedrun. Just take a listen. Man, that motivational music and the way he killed the Ender Dragon in such a legitimate and realistic way really motivated me to go to sleep. Before I start this next speedrun, I just want to point out, I know how much you guys love the wish.com Ender Dragon, and I'm here to deliver. I took some creative liberties and skipped ahead in the speedrun, and I can say without a doubt that the end of it is so goofy. I know this one's fake. They're level 43, they're selecting the second slot on their hotbar, and oh man, are they playing Minecraft on an iPad? Can you even speedrun Minecraft on an iPad? I don't know, it doesn't matter. Well, the speedrunner walks into this cave, and they start breaking a stone block. I don't know what that would accomplish. I don't know why they're wasting their time breaking a stone block. There's gotta be nothing down. There's a chest. Okay. And they find full netherite armor. I cannot describe how many times I have seen a speedrunner get full netherite armor in the first 5 seconds of the speedrun. It's starting to get a little boring, guys. Gonna be honest. And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this speedrunner's Minecraft skin is Frozone. All right, you gave me a chuckle. Plus 10 points for that. Yeah, well, I'm not really surprised that there is a lit nether portal in this cave. So the speedrunner enters a nether portal, and oh man, really? This is Education Edition? Does speedrun.com even accept Minecraft Education Edition speedruns? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm this far in, I need to finish this out. As soon as the speedrunner spawns into the nether, there is the most ridiculous looking replacement for what the nether fortress should be. And inside of this chest is 64 Eyes of Ender. Very, very lucky. This amazing loot is all thanks to, oh man, not again. The PP seller. This guy has become a recurring character in Minecraft speedruns. You guys can see for yourself. Go back and watch all my videos. I have seen the PP trader like 10 different times now. Who is he? And what does he want from me? Well, anyways, the rest of the speedrun is pretty standard. This guy's got everything he could need. He exits the cave, and in front of him is the end portal. Okay, I'm not very surprised by that. So the speedrunner fills the end portal with Eyes of Ender, jumping into the portal, reminding us that he is speedrunning Education Edition. Quick intermission. I was doing some DIY. I turned around and my cat is sitting on my door. Now I know how that sounds, but I can explain. So I'm gonna finish watching the speedrun and hope that the door that is directly behind me does not fall over. You're a little goofy goober. As soon as they get into the end, there's a hole that leads to the surface. But what I'm thinking is that the speedrunner forgot to get a pickaxe, or blocks, or really anything for that matter except for Eyes of Ender. So the speedrunner wastes time trying to break the end stone in front of them, and they quickly give up. Now hold on a second, I don't know if you just caught that. You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. Rewind the video and tell me if you noticed what just happened. I'm taking the training wheels off. So the speedrunner uses their pickaxe to break the end stone above them, and they build up to the surface. I don't know if you noticed this, but the health bar for the Ender Dragon is just not here. Well, you remember what I said at the beginning of the speedrun? Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, wish.com Ender Dragon. The speedrunner gracefully destroys the Ender Dragon, beating the game in what time? I don't know, because they were too lazy to put a timer on it. Before I start this next speedrun, I just want to point out, I know this sounds unrelated, but before TikTok, the world was at peace and in harmony. Everything was perfectly balanced. But then as soon as TikTok came into existence, it created something. Really annoying text-to-speech voices. And this speedrun has one of those very annoying text-to-speech voices. I think it's A character from Rick and Morty? You guys are gonna have to fill me in on this one.
Let's start by chopping some woods. I'm gonna show y'all how speedruns are being done.
If you couldn't hear him, he said he's gonna show us how speedruns are being done. All right, buddy, show me what you got. The speedrunner breaks a tree that's in front of them, and immediately after that, the bar is set so low when there is a sudden cut to the speedrun, and you can very clearly see they changed their game mode. There is nothing I could do to commentate these next few moments. It's like a 20-second clip.
Hey, buddy, what is up? Can I steal from you? It's alright, I'm speedrunning, I know you will understand. You please, don't make that face. So after completely robbing villagers, I'm now stacked. Wait a minute, is that a villager? How is it so big? Oh shit, he is coming after me, bro.
Yeah, so there's a lot to unpack there, but the speedrunner decides they're going to steal from the villager, and after another very sudden cut, they said they have stolen everything from the villagers. Supposedly, villagers keep tons of diamond tools on them. I don't know, maybe he just got lucky. And then after that, there is a ginormous villager that chases them. So the speedrunner runs away, and as soon as they hit the ground, there's another very sudden cut, and they're suddenly in a cave. So the speedrunner finds obsidian after they break the cobblestone in front of them. Again, every 3 seconds there's a cut. Next thing you know it, there's another portal and an end portal directly in front of them. There's a lot going on here. My little ADHD brain cannot keep up. Correction though, turns out I was wrong. And I know that doesn't happen a lot, but just listen to what the speedrunner says.
Okay guys, so I have built a rare nether portal which can directly send me to a dimension.
Yeah, that's right. So this is actually a very special nether end portal. Some would call it the Nend portal. Why am I like this? And it's going to bring him directly into the end. Wow, that is extremely impressive. You know, I've been playing Minecraft since it was in alpha, and I've never seen this before. You learn something new every day. Now, as soon as the speedrunner gets into the end, I don't know if you're noticing what I see. Take a moment, take a look at the screen, tell me if you see it. Yeah, that's right. So a few blocks forward, the end stone looks a little funky, a little goofy, some would say. Now keep that in mind for what's about to happen. The speedrunner makes some sort of strange looking sacrificial altar. I have no idea. They light it up with flint and steel. They stand there, they wait a few moments, and out of nowhere, you're never gonna believe who breaks through those blocks. My brand new plushie. Nah, I'm just kidding. That'd be pretty cool though, right? Let me know if you want a plushie though. I can make that happen.
What is that? Oh my god, I have summoned Notch, the creator of Minecraft.
So now you know, if you ever want to summon Notch, the creator of Minecraft, just make that altar, light it with flint and steel, and it should work just like that. I'm air quoting here. I know you can't see me, but Notch goes to the middle of the end island, attempting to kill the dragon, but in the process of doing so, he kills everything, and the speed run ends very abruptly, just like that. Now, this speed run teaches us a very important lesson: why you should never use annoying text-to-speech voices. This speedrun, you are in for a wild ride. I have no idea what Vlogstar is, but it's probably some sort of goofy third-party recording app. Their timer is cut off. They've clearly already been playing in this world. As soon as the speedrun begins, who is this man? When the speedrunner looks away and they look back, the guy's just gone. Then, when the speedrunner enters this villager house in front of them, in the corner of their screen, there is a tank. Well, immediately after that, they look away, opening the chest, and there is just a very large amount of obsidian and a single flint and steel. Way to be subtle, buddy. Then the speedrunner moves over to the next house, and in that chest is a stack of golden apples, a lightly used diamond pickaxe, and a shield. But hang on a second, while the speedrunner is equipping their shield, what kind of haircut did Minecraft Steve get? Look how they massacred my boy! The next few moments are just stimulus overload, so let me break it down piece by piece here. The speedrunner very casually walks by a tank. Then there is just a cavern full of diamond ore blocks, and when they enter the cavern, it is completely lit up with billions of torches. At the bottom of the cavern, there is even more diamond ore, so naturally, the speedrunner casually mines this ore. My question is, the speedrunner already has basically everything they would need. They waste so much time mining this diamond ore. What is the purpose here, buddy? After that, though, you can hear the speedrunner whispering under his breath, saying, "I need a sword."
I need a sword.
Immediately after, there is a sudden cut where there's a netherite sword on the ground, and then in the corner of the screen, you can see the mysterious person from earlier just floating away into the sunset. This is so goofy. Well, the speedrunner now decides they're going to create a nether portal in a very strange way, a very inefficient way, some would say. There is no reason at all to make it so tall. They took so much damage in the process of creating it, but anyways, they light it with their flint and steel and enter the nether. Once the speedrunner spawns into the nether nether though, there's really no good way to see what's happening on the screen, but somehow they just burn to death by accident. And then when they spawn back in, their computer is so slow that the only thing that has rendered on their screen is the tank. This is too painful to push through. Well, yada yada yada. The speedrunner gets items again, they return to their nether portal, and they're back in the nether. And again, you can see their friend just floating in the corner of their screen. On top of that, how did a cow get here? I don't even know. The speedrunner just aimlessly walks around, wasting so much time until they get hit by a gassed fireball and they die again. Well, the speedrunner spawns back in, they're in the nether, they've got nothing. It's 5 minutes into the speedrun. At this point, a professional speedrunner would have been in the stronghold by now, I don't know. There is a stone bridge in front of them. How much more ridiculous is this gonna get? And wow, would you look at that, the stone bridge leads right to a nether fortress. How lucky. There's only one problem. The speedrunner cannot get up to the nether fortress. So their friend comes back to the rescue, giving them a variety of random blocks, at which point their friend hits them off of the bridge by accident, almost killing them again. So the speedrunner builds up to the nether fortress. Somehow a netherite sword just appears in their inventory. I have no idea how, and they die again. How much more of this speedrun do I have to watch? Come on, guys. So the speedrunner spawns back in, they're in creative mode, they look around, and there's just blaze rods all over the ground. I am in physical pain at this point. There is so much time being wasted. You're in creative mode, why not just float on back to the nether portal? I don't know. They put themselves back into survival mode, but after that happens, all of their items just suddenly multiply, at which point, if you were thinking this couldn't get any worse, it does. They walk forward, they find a chest. Inside the chest is an AK-47 and P90.
In an instant.
Items in this chest are just magically appearing out of thin air. A used pair of pants, a sword, a pickaxe, a desert eagle, RPG ammo, a prison shank. What is happening here? Then suddenly the speedrunner is just in creative mode, very casual. So the speedrunner gives the desert eagle to the piglin, while you can very clearly see their friend in frame on the screen here, and they did a horrible job at attempting to crop their friend out. Their friend throws golden ingots onto the ground. The speedrunner wastes so much time tossing these golden ingots at the piglin. I don't know if their game is broken at this point, but the piglin is just not taking the bait. They are not picking up these ingots. I don't know if I'm just exhausted from watching this speedrun, but I genuinely cannot figure out why the piglin won't take the gold. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Their friend just starts pooping out ender pearls in front of them. And now that the speedrunner has blaze rods and ender pearls, the next logical step here is to craft Eyes of Ender, right? No, well instead they're still in creative mode, and they search and Ire, and despite having all the necessary items to craft Eyes of Ender, they just give it to themselves from creative mode. That's when you hear them say this.
I'm gonna cut this out, okay?
I'm gonna cut this out, okay? Buddy, I am witnessing the final cut. This was not cut out. And I'm sorry, wait a second. While they are browsing in creative mode, what in tarnation is that? Is that a bird? A pufferfish on a stick? Yeah, just like that, they're back in the overworld. The speedrunner returns to the surface, they throw their Eye of Ender, their friend floats up into the sky, all normal things here. They walk by a full-sized tank, like I said, all normal Minecraft things. After throwing an unnecessary amount of Eyes of Ender, the speedrunner just magically goes into survival mode out of nowhere, and things just continue to get worse. They start typing in the chat box a question mark, then just /locate structure stronghold, which clearly did not work. And after trying to use commands to locate a stronghold, you can very clearly hear the speedrunner say this.
Anyway, guys, I gotta chant the special theme song.
That they have to chant a special theme song? What?
End portal, please spawn beneath me.
That's very interesting. I've never heard that theme song before. That would be a miracle if that hey. Yeah, they dig down beneath the diamond ore block layer, and underneath them is an end portal. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the end of the speedrun, I'm just gonna be honest. At a world record time of 5 minutes and 50 seconds, the speedrunner is now in the end. There is an obsidian bridge leading the speedrunner to the end island. You can very clearly see their goofy friend building this bridge right in front of them in plain sight. It is hilarious seeing this whole Yeah, they die. Am I surprised? No, not at all. Yeah, well, the speedrunner spawns back into the overworld, they return to their completely legitimate end portal, and now they are back in the end. This time, though, the speedrunner is in a tank. Yeah, I wasn't really surprised by this one. Unfortunately though, the speedrunner is just so bad, even assault rifles and tanks will not help them to beat the game. Their speedrun timer reset to 0 seconds out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. And now they're at an all-time new low, floating around in creative mode, unable to even hit the dragon. And the way they kill the dragon is with a pickaxe. I refuse to believe this speedrun is real. I just refuse to believe it. But here's the real kicker. After they beat the game, in what time, I don't actually know because their timer malfunctioned, the speedrunner put text on the screen saying, "Don't forget, watch the credits." So if I skip through and listen to all the credits, it sounds like they brought their microphone into the bathroom by accident. It is repulsive.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he's coming along at a
That is disgusting. Yeah, it just cuts off like that. This guy should honestly be banned from ever submitting a speedrun again in the future. Now listen, before I start this next speedrun, I'm just gonna preface by saying I am terrified. They're playing in windowed mode. They're speedrunning Minecraft 1.7. They've got a mini-map on the screen. These are red flags. This guy is up to no good. As soon as I start the speedrun, they are already on their way into the nether. Okay, I'll just roll with this. Let's see what happens. Their computer must be a potato PC because it just takes such a long time to load. When the speedrunner is in the nether, even though they're in survival mode, they are flying around, which I have no idea how, but they come across this chest. And in the chest, they find an M42 nuclear catapult. This one was legit. I am not messing with this speedrunner. This speedrunner spawns right in front of a village. You will not believe it. The player is walking towards the village. Fantastic spawn. Then they say this.
Strong focus on what I want.
And wow, face to face with a golem. This speedrunner's got some real gabagools on them. They say I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. They kill the golem and get iron ingots. And then at a world record pace of 20 seconds, they dance with the iron ingots, craft it into a water bucket, and I personally have never seen this technique before in Minecraft speedrunning. They throw their water bucket at a lava pool, and holy cow, it turns into a nether portal. That was amazing. So the speedrunner enters the nether at a world record pace of 30 seconds, and then from there, they use never before seen techniques to traverse across the nether, and the speedrunner literally falls into a nether fortress.
My back!
How lucky is that? This speedrunner is so good, they are killing the wither and the blaze without even needing to touch them. How is this possible? I don't know. They get their blaze rod and sprint back to their nether portal. And from there, now that the speedrunner is in the overworld, somehow, I don't know how, someone's gonna have to explain this to me so my peanut-sized brain will be able to understand. They summon a stronghold in the middle of the sky. The speedrunner explores the stronghold with just so much swagger. The speedrunner says door, the door opens, then they find the portal room, and oh my goodness, it's a 12-eye? That is unbelievably lucky. So they jump into the portal, entering the end.
Damn!
The speedrunner breaks the end crystals, and with the power of James Brown, they defeat the Ender Dragon.
Now dig on this.
Now wait a second though, what does that mean? Dig on this? They're somehow turning back their speedrun timer. How is this possible? And just like that, the speedrunner beats Minecraft in a world record 1 minute and 0.78 seconds. And no, this was not the wrong footage. This speedrun is definitely promising. They're in survival mode, nothing fishy going on here. There is a CapCut watermark on their screen, and they are playing in windowed mode, which definitely makes me doubt if they are a true gamer. Who plays in windowed mode? Come on. But the speedrunner does say this before they begin speedrunning.
This is not fake. Trust me.
Yeah, this is not fake. I'm sorry, but if anyone says trust me, I'm automatically not gonna trust them. As soon as the speedrun starts, their timer starts at 1.25 seconds. Why it doesn't start at 0, I don't know. So the speedrunner jumps down, taking tons of damage, and they immediately start attacking this iron golem, and then they die. But you know, it's fine, their timer's still going. When they respawn, it's very clearly cut because they've already taken damage, they already have experience points. Oh brother. So the speedrunner begins attacking the iron golem again, and they die again. Whoop-de-doo, I am not surprised by that. Again, there's another very sloppy cut. The speedrunner cannot spawn at an angle like this. Why are they cutting the footage? Also, I gotta say, while they are breaking this wood, I love how they have the most dramatic cinematic music playing in the background.
Alright, here we go. Hurry!
You're breaking wood, buddy. This is not anything earth-shattering. Anyways, the speedrunner creates a crafting table. Then the speedrunner creates a wooden axe. But while they're doing that, take a look at the top left corner of their screen. Their speedrun timer is not actually a real timer. It's just a screen recording of a YouTube video of a speedrun timer. So every time their speedrun timer gets to 1 minute, they just replay the same screen recording every minute. This is so goofy. I cannot bring myself to believe that this is real. Anyways, the speedrunner jumps back down. They start attacking the golem again. And after showing their lovely skill and agility by missing the golem and surprisingly not dying, they do actually end up killing the golem. But as soon as they drop down to pick up their 4 iron ingots, there is the most obviously hilarious cut, where after the cut, there's just this sloppy pile of random nonsense in front of them on the ground. And they didn't even take the time to cut out the segment where they're switching to survival mode. So yeah, they got iron ingots, they got a netherite sword, a netherite chestplate, and Eyes of Ender. Oh my Lanta, you're not fooling anybody. Well, the speedrunner tosses one of their Eyes of Ender, and then they approach this large pile of hay. After breaking 2 blocks of hay, you can hear them slamming on their laptop keyboard, switching into creative mode.
But first, we need to get some hay bales.
And I guess they just forgot to cut this part out where they're shamelessly in creative mode, giving themselves a stack of hay. All the while, their speedrun timer has reset and it's now just showing YouTube. And it's like they're following a script. He goes right back into it saying, okay guys, we got our hay bales.
Alright guys, we just collected the hay bales.
This is probably some of the worst editing I have ever seen, ever. Well, their 1 minute speedrun timer is back on the screen. They throw another Eye of Ender and all of a sudden the speedrun footage is just in fast forward motion. While the timer is still going at the same pace, the speedrunner approaches a tree with beehives on it and they start attacking the beehives. Why? I do not know. I cannot tell you. They get very close to dying until there is just another shameless cut where the hive is gone, the bees are gone, they're in creative mode, and there's more netherite gear just hanging out on the ground chilling. While the speedrunner goes back into survival mode, revealing that they have 1.5 hearts, and then they're back on their script. But their game audio is so loud, you can't hear a single word that they are saying. It is hilarious.
Oh my god! Oh, look at it!
I am so genuinely confused. The speedrunner then puts down a crafting table and they start making bread in the slowest way possible. This is so wildly inefficient, but okay, let him cook. And then I guess to make up for the fact that he just wasted so much time being inefficient about crafting bread, the video is sped up again. They go into creative mode, throwing tons of Eyes of Ender. Then finally they break down and start typing the /locate command. Yeah, that's when you know you are desperate. They type in stronghold, but the game is saying there is no structure. Then they type in end portal. This speedrunner just cannot win. When is he gonna catch a break? The guy is throwing so many Eyes of Ender, it has become an ASMR video at this point. Until finally the speedrunner strikes gold. They realize, okay, I must be directly above the stronghold. They go back into survival mode and just resume their goofy script, acting like none of that ever happened.
Oh my god, somebody...
Hang on a second though. What in tarnation just happened? They were digging down, they were clearly right above the stronghold. Then all of a sudden there's this random cut. It's the next day and they have end portal frames in their inventory. Unfortunately, this segment was cut out of the speedrun. What happened in between? We are gonna go the rest of our lives never knowing. Well, anyways, the speedrunner creates the end portal, filling it with eyes, and they enter the end. And I'm not sure how or why, but when they get into the end, they full screen Minecraft. Buddy, you couldn't have done that like 5 minutes ago? This is probably one of the most cursed things I've ever experienced. Building up onto the top of the island with end portal frames. Like a true beginner, the speedrunner just starts looking at all of the Endermen, and their game audio is so loud compared to their microphone audio that you can just hear their muffled screams underneath the yelling of the Endermen.
Oh, why are there Endermen? Oh my god.
And with barely half a heart left, they panic and give themselves creative mode. Now that the speedrunner's in creative mode, they're just flying around willy-nilly, breaking all the end crystals. You cannot hear a single thing. Their game audio is cranked up to 11 with the bass boosted to 25.
Are you Enderman? I'm just trying to... This is the fastest speedrun.
And after they finish destroying all the end crystals, they shamelessly give themselves a water bucket, go into survival mode, and then they even have the gabagools to set their world spawn. So the speedrunner tries jumping off of the obelisk and doing a water bucket clutch, and they die. No surprise there. Now hang on a second, after they respawn, the set world spawn command didn't even work. If I go frame by frame, they clearly spawn in the overworld. So now the speedrunner is magically back in the end. They put themselves into survival mode and they pick up all of the items that they lost when they died. Well, this is it. No more fooling around. The speedrunner is locked and loaded. They're on their way to the Ender Dragon to destroy this thing legitimately, and they're in creative mode again. Just spamming beds, and their game audio is so loud that you cannot hear a single thing. It is hilarious. After the Ender Dragon dies by completely natural causes, the speedrunner puts themselves back into survival mode, and you know what? What's a creative mode? I didn't see anything fishy about this speedrun. This speedrun, what in tarnation? They're selecting the third slot on their hotbar. They're already level 4, and it very clearly says set own game mode to survival. So is this speedrun legit? No, but it's funny, so let's watch it. They begin speedrunning the game, approaching this tree, breaking it, and getting 5 lives. They make a wooden pickaxe, they begin mining some stone, and they create a stone pickaxe. Everything here is looking very, very normal, which begs the question, why did it say set own game mode to survival mode earlier? Well, you're gonna find out very soon. The speedrunner then approaches a very strange hole in the ground, perfectly shaped steps leading down to iron ore. How convenient. So the speedrunner mines this iron ore, and they get some stone. And I have to say, it is so infuriating seeing their mouse cursor floating around on the screen, in addition to this ginormous watermark slapped on the bottom left of their recording. Well, anyways, don't get me started. The speedrunner creates a furnace, and they begin smelting their iron ore. They craft a shield and an iron pickaxe. Like I said, everything here is looking very, very normal. What's a fake speedrun? Well, the speedrunner begins leaving the starting area, and they run into a chicken, at which point they go on a wild goose hunt trying to hit this chicken with their new pickaxe, but they have no skill or agility. It is hilarious. Yeah, okay, that's finally over. The speedrunner kills the chicken, they get chicken, and everything seems very, very legitimate until, hang on a second, do you see that in the corner of your screen? Yeah, let's do a slow zoom here, and just tell me if you notice what is wrong on the left side of the screen. Yeah, that's right, the speedrunner finds a ruined nether portal. This is so goofy and fake. Honestly, if they slap some netherrack on there, if they slap some iron bars, maybe a gold block, this might actually be believable. Nonetheless, they open up the chest. There is a flint and steel, a diamond sword, and 64 blocks of stone. Totally legit. Ah, yeah, and the diamond sword has sharpness 100. Buddy, do you think we just blew in from Stupid Town? That is not possible. So the speedrunner lights the nether portal with their newly found flint and steel, entering the nether, and notice how there is just no load screen whatsoever, and as soon as the speedrunner spawns into the nether and they turn around, gee, would you look at that? What in tarnation is that chest doing there, all dressed up with nowhere to go? And I love how the speedrunner is like looking around as if, oh, what's this chest doing here? They open it up. There is a potion of fire resistance, a single ender pearl, and 192 blaze spawn eggs. You know, could just be me, but maybe you only needed, oh, I don't know, 5, maybe 6, not 192. The speedrunner consumes their potion of fire resistance. They use a single blaze spawn egg, getting 1 blaze rod. So they put their crafting table down, turning their blaze rod into blaze powder, and they create an Eye of Ender. So naturally, the speedrun is gonna return to the overworld and wait, why are they not going to the portal? Yeah, they walk up this hill, and on the top of this hill, do you notice what is wrong here on the screen? Yep, in the nether, hanging out in a ditch, is an 11-eye end portal. And how convenient, the speedrunner has a single Eye of Ender to fill the portal with. Good for them. So the speedrunner consumes their raw chicken, they fill the portal with their single eye, eating more raw meat, and they enter the end. And in world record time, the speedrunner is in the end, heading towards the middle of the end island. Wait, why are they just standing there? Yeah, I'm not sure why, but they just sit there wasting time for a few seconds. Was there a cut? I don't know. But hang on a second, did you see what just happened here? Take another look. Yeah, that's right. There was a very sudden cut in the speedrun footage. Now, what happened here, we're gonna find out very soon. Well, the speedrunner begins building some of these obelisks with the goal of destroying the end crystals. Unfortunately, they take so much damage. Then there is another sudden cut where it very clearly says set own game mode to survival. The speedrunner has 64 cooked pork chop. What a load of baloney. And just like that, in a single hit, the speedrunner wipes out the Ender Dragon, beating the game in world record time. Now, there's not a timer on this speedrun, but the actual video length is 4 minutes and 20 seconds. What an achievement. Before I even start playing this speedrun, this is so cursed. At the top left of the screen, they have a splits timer set up. Great news. But directly in the middle of the screen, there is a button that says mods. At the bottom left, it says Forge. 4 mods loaded. And if you think it can't get any worse, it does. Just listen to this goofball's intro.
What's up, guys? Minecraft Gamer 35 here, back with another banger. Today we are doing the best Minecraft speedrun anyone has ever seen. I am not gonna cheat at all, so let's just get right into it, guys.
Yeah, we are in for pure torture. I am so scared for what I'm about to witness. Look at the previous save files. Mother's house facing my mother's grave. I cannot say that third one. Grandma's kitchen. Gee, Minecraft speedrun skit? I wonder what that's for. Because that's the world that they select. The speedrunner loads into their world, and even though they have already begun moving, their timer just doesn't work, so they actually end up windowing out to begin their timer. But they close Minecraft by accident, and there is a lot going on their desktop. They got a picture on the bottom left titled doodoofart.jpg. What in tarnation? They have a game on the bottom right called Obama Boss Fight. Since when is that a game? They got Baldi's Basics at the top right. It has been tempting to make a video playing that game for you guys. Anyways, point being, brother, clean up your desktop. Their timer has been going even though they are not even in game. They return back to the Minecraft window. And gee, I wonder what this hole is doing here that is directly in front of the speedrunner.
Start my timer. Okay, timer has started. Let's freaking go. Oh, isn't that a weird glitch? Oh, I just fell into another.
That must have been one of the smoothest cuts I have ever seen in editing history. The speedrunner falls down a hole and they just find themselves in the back rooms. I mean the end. They open up their inventory and inside is an ender chest. So the speedrunner puts that ender chest down and inside is everything they would possibly need to defeat the Ender Dragon in world record time. You know, oak planks, netherite leggings, a bazooka.
Okay, so let's go. Okay. Get freak out of here. Let's go. It's way too easy. Like I said. No! God, I quit this game. Alright, it's fine, guys. It's okay. Oh, he's healing! Oh. What's up? Yeah. Who's tough now, Ender Dragon? Got my new bazooka. Shoot, guys. Yeah, screw you. Yeah, screw all of you Endermans. We have... No! Oh my god! I think I just lost my record, guys. Oh my god. Oh, look at all that XP. Too easy. Dream, get out of my game.
Yeah, what a ridiculous speedrun. And I kid you not, the last minute of this footage is this guy actually submitting his speedrun to speedrun.com. He makes the category any percent glitchless, enters his time as 4 seconds and 14 milliseconds, but they actually end up correcting it to 4 minutes. They make their difficulty hard. In the mods section, they keep it on vanilla, and they submit it. So, I wonder if Minecraft Gamer 35 is on the leaderboards. What a goofy speedrun.
Way too easy.
This speedrun is so hilarious. Right off the bat, pausing the first frame, there is a lot that I could comment on. Comment down below if you can see it. If you know, you know. But before I even say anything, just listen to this guy's microphone.
Hello guys, welcome to my Minecraft speedrun.
This man must be the first person on Earth to use a corn dog to record audio. What is that quality? What is that stone structure? That chest with the sign on it?
Oh my god, is that a witch hut?
Yeah, if you can't already tell from their audio, the speedrunner is very excited about finding a witch hut in Minecraft.
Is that a witch hut? It is a witch hut. It's a witch hut.
And if you didn't already know, it's a witch hut. Unfortunately though, the speedrunner's good fortune ends here because they are unable to jump up into the hut. They have never heard of breaking blocks and placing them. And at that point, the witch starts attacking them and their reaction is priceless.
No! The witch! No!
Yep, that's right. The speedrunner is running away from almost dying from a witch, and all of a sudden, if I pause the video here, do you see what is wrong on the screen? Yep, take a closer look. Is that a lit nether portal? What in tarnation? At this point, the speedrunner also catches sight of the ultra chest.
Ultra chest? Oh my god! What are the odds? Oh my god!
This has got to be the funniest fake speedrun I have ever seen. It is like Nigel Thornberry in the wild discovering creative mode. The speedrunner is transferring over their newly found netherite weapons and armor into their inventory as slow as a snail. So the speedrunner equips their newly found netherite armor and they enter into the nether portal that is already lit and is so clearly fake. As soon as the speedrunner spawns into the nether, they are immediately being hit by arrows from hostile piglins. They are going in a loop, and look at that, how lucky they are. They spawned right in front of a nether fortress as well, and they get even luckier on this fine Tuesday afternoon. Is that another ultra chest? How convenient. What are the odds? And inside this second ultra chest, 64 Eyes of Ender. Woohoo!
Oh my god, what are the odds?
I kid you not, the speedrunner must have no idea what they are doing. It's like they discovered Minecraft yesterday. They try to throw their Eyes of Ender in the nether, and then when they give up on that, I kid you not, they walk further down the cliff and just watch what happens. It is hilarious.
Why can I not do it?
Wow, this speedrunner is so lucky. They find an end portal just hanging around in the nether, just sitting there. So they freak out. They are jumping with joy. They jump into the end portal. There is just one problem. They basically have nothing. And that's when this happens.
Wait, what's going on? Oh my god, what's going on, guys? I think I'm glitching out. What's going on? I think I'm glitching.
Yeah, I kid you not, based on the speedrunner's reaction, their game just started miraculously typing a /kill command. The speedrunner did not do this. They are innocent. I've only seen this happen like one time before, and holy smokes, it's because Minecraft was possessed by the ghost of Herobrine. Yeah, just like that, the speedrunner has defeated the Ender Dragon. Now all they have to do is jump into that portal and get that sweet, sweet world record and steal it from Dream. Unfortunately though, the speedrunner is literally dying to Endermen. They are cornered up against a wall, holding their shield up for dear life. At which point, they by accident jump off of the end island. Just watch this.
I don't really remember. Okay, bye. Oh my god, no!
Yeah, and just like that, Nigel Thornberry completely ruined his chances at securing that sweet, sweet world record. What a shame. This next speedrun, holy cow, is it a wild one. Hang on a second. Someone is knocking on my door. Hello? Ladies and gentlemen, I've got very important news. Buy my brand new plushie. That's right, the Cute Cat plushie is available for purchase only for the next 21 days. He wants to enter your private domicile. Put him on your desk, put him in your bag, throw him across the room, cuddle him at nighttime. Soft, silky, smooth, squishy. Yes, that's right, he has paws and they're squishable. Click the first link in the description or that pinned comment. Whatever you do not leave him unattended at 3 a.m. This speedrun, I don't know why, but it takes an unusually long time to load their world. But as soon as the speedrunner loads in, everything here is looking very normal, except for the fact that they are level 1 and they are selecting the 3rd slot on their hotbar. Yep, they spawn into what seems like a normal village. This is not normal. What in the Truman Show is this fake speedrun? Buddy, did you really think we wouldn't notice that there is a blue blind black wall surrounding you. I mean, maybe if I squint a little bit, I wouldn't have noticed. The speedrunner breaks down this tree, getting 3 oak logs, and then they attempt killing this cow. Emphasis on attempt because they are playing on a touchscreen tablet, and you know how I feel about tablets. Well, the speedrunner explores this village more, and they get very lucky finding a ruined nether portal. And I gotta say, it is pretty creative how they use the purple wool with the door. It's funny. They open up the chest in typical fake speedrun fashion, finding full netherite gear. How lucky. So the speedrunner equips their newly found gear. They open up the door to the nether portal, something I never thought I would ever hear myself saying. There is a sign that says loading terrain. How proper. They close the door behind them, and inside the nether chest are 4 eyes of ender. So the speedrunner exits the nether. They close the door behind them again. What a gentleman. And I just noticed now, this trap door in front of them is supposed to be the end portal, plus 10 points for creativity. So they fill the portal with eyes. Entering the end, there is another sign that says loading terrain. The speedrunner turns around and holy cow, they engage in a gruesome battle with a Wish.com Ender Dragon version 3.0. That's right, a double whammy back to back. Nah, I'm just kidding. An absolute silence. The speedrunner one by one slowly breaks all of the blocks off of this Wish.com dragon. And the last frame of this speedrun is a mystery that will keep me up at night for the rest of my life. If someone can help me to understand what this sign means, I honestly feel stupid. I have no idea what that is supposed to mean. Let me know in the comments. Thanks. What is with fake speedrunners and having the goofiest, most bootleg looking timers and the silliest, most gigantic video editor watermarks slapped onto their screen? Aside from that, everything here is looking very legitimate, even though this is a tablet speedrun. Get me out of here. The speedrunner is looking straight down, their run begins, and they begin breaking this tree. And wow, good for them, they actually know how to use a touchscreen. Nope, never mind. I take it back. They are climbing up this hill, and they by accident place an oak log down in front of them. Whoops. So the speedrunner takes these oak logs, they turn it into 12 planks, and they make a crafting table. The speedrunner puts their crafting table down, making some sticks. They make a wooden pickaxe, and they attempt to use it to break a tree. Weird, but okay. From this point onwards, I have no idea what sort of mystical arts this speedrunner is practicing. They begin digging down in a completely random area, and then they just walk away. The speedrunner kills a sheep, getting some wool. They kill a cow. They pause their game, and they pause it again, and then they pause it again. Then they pause it again, and again. And another time. They are just trying to break this crafting table, and they pause the game again. Then they start breaking this dirt, and they pause the game again. And then they do it another time. I have lost track. They are just repeatedly pausing their game. And finally, by some miracle, they break the crafting table and pick it up. Hallelujah. And then they begin mining this stone. And would you look at that? They are not pausing the game. Good for them. They're making progress. I'm not really sure what the speedrunner's goal is here, because they break a lot of stone, killing another cow, and then hang on a second. Did you just see that? It was for a split second. Rewind the video if you have to. Yeah, the speedrun footage is very blurry here, but there is some sort of new structure in the distance past this wandering trader. And if you keep watching, I guarantee we're gonna figure out what it is in just a moment. The speedrunner begins breaking more wood, more dirt, like they need anymore. They start attacking the wandering trader, pushing him into the ocean, and then they just break more trees down. Buddy, I think you have enough trees. They go back to the wandering trader, killing one of the llamas, and now I realize I think their screen is so small that they were genuinely just trying to trade with the wandering trader. It doesn't matter though, because they don't have any emeralds. And that's when the speedrunner turns around and we catch sight of whatever incarnation this new structure is. Unfortunately, this speedrun does not have audio, but I can imagine it is like some screaming goofball having a freak out. They go go down an aisle of roses. At the end is a chest with a sign that says the speedrunner's gift. Wow, how nice of Minecraft to give him a gift. Oh my goodness, that's so kind. In true speedrunner fashion, they move their screen around going, oh my goodness. Opening the chest, and holy cannoli, it must have taken them a full 10 minutes to get all of these items into this chest. And I kid you not, we can fast forward the footage. The speedrunner wastes a whole 2 minutes just trying to organize these items into their inventory. I don't know what they were thinking. They paused the game by accident again, and these next few moments, brace yourself, mentally prepare, because it is truly painful. The speedrunner begins attempting to build a nether portal with their newly found stack of obsidian. Unfortunately though, they are actively being attacked by zombie villagers, so unless a horizontal nether portal is gonna work, this guy is not going to the nether. They kill the zombie villager, attempting to finish their nether portal, but at this point, they are just slapping blocks all over the ground, and by some miracle, it does work. They light the nether portal, and they enter the nether. Nope, never mind. I kid you not, there is a very sudden cut. We are literally in a whole different version of Minecraft. They are now playing on a console. The Ender Dragon's health is so low, and suddenly there's audio to the speedrun now. Hang on a second, I know sometimes I feel like I live under a rock. Are multi-platform speedruns a thing now? Yeah, just like that, the speedrunner kills the Ender Dragon. Their audio sounds like an atomic bomb exploding. And they just never enter the end portal. Which means technically, they didn't even beat the game. Was this speedrun fake? Nope, it was legitimate. This speedrun, holy cow. What is with fake speedrunners and having clinking pots and pans in the background? We can see their most recent save files on the screen, and nothing is looking unusual here. Main survival world, 1 block series, my world. Just a wholesome dude playing Minecraft. Gee, I hope he doesn't fake this speedrun.
Joining another Minecraft speedrun. I think we're gonna beat our last time.
How wholesome and oddly relaxing. Their world loads in, and come on, something is just a little fishy here. They are level 38. And where in tarnation did they spawn in? Well, this has got to be a new structure.
But why did I spawn here? Why is there netherite blocks here?
The speedrunner's acting is just so goofy. Yeah, that's right. The speedrunner opens up this chest, and inside they find a single diamond pickaxe and 64 sticks. How subtle.
Oh my god, it's at 0.000000001% chance.
The speedrunner then proceeds to waste so much time trying to break these netherite blocks. If this were a speedrun to wasting as much time as possible, this guy succeeded. They begin climbing up this ladder. Come to find out, the ladder literally looks like that one scene from Metal Gear Solid 3. It is infinite.
On a speed run, I'm not gonna beat it.
Yeah, buddy, you're not gonna beat the record time because you're literally cheating at a Minecraft speedrun, and you chose to make the world's longest ladder. This is just embarrassing. Hallelujah, the speedrunner has emerged onto the surface level. I bet they're feeling like Gollum being exposed to sunshine for the first time in 100 years. And hang on a second, freeze frame the video. Do you notice what is wrong on the screen right now? Look, unless this is a new feature of Minecraft, I don't remember birch logs just hanging out on the ground alone. Where did the rest of the tree go? Well, the speedrunner breaks one of these trees, getting a single birch log, turning that into planks and making a crafting table. And at this point, I am so genuinely confused because the speedrunner attempts making a netherite shovel, but it literally does not work. And they are very confused.
Me and netherite.
Huh? If someone can fill me in on this mystery as to why they are unable to make netherite tools, I would really appreciate it. Well, the speedrunner decides that they just don't need netherite tools anymore. So all of the speedrun prior to this point was just a huge waste of time.
Whatever, I don't need it. I just have the greatest luck of all time. I already know it.
Greatest luck of all time? Oh, brother. You are gonna need a miracle to catch up on this speedrun. That's all I'm saying. Well, at this point, if you haven't already noticed, it's very obvious obvious that the speedrunner is following this trail of single birch logs hanging out on the ground, which ends up leading to a single chest that just has leather boots inside of it. What in tarnation? How is this the luckiest speedrun of all time? Is this even a fake speedrun? I am so confused. What are leather boots gonna do for you, buddy? And why are they so excited about leather boots?
That's a 0.0000001% chance. Now I can walk on powdered snow.
But the luck does not stop here. The speedrunner continues to follow this goofy trail of blocks, which I kid you not, you're not gonna expect the next few moments. They literally run into an end tree.
Fight the end dragon. That's a 0.1% chance. That's the ender tree.
What an ender tree would do for this speedrunner, I could not tell you. But as soon as they reach this magical, mystical tree, they begin digging down, straight down, which is usually a bad idea. Oh, brother. They waste just as much time digging down as they did crawling up that ladder. 59 whole blocks dug down later. Let's just pause the video on this frame and take a wild guess as to what the end tree actually did for them. Yeah, that's right. A completed end portal directly beneath them. How convenient. So the speedrunner spawns into the end, and before I play the rest of this footage, do you see what is going on in the top left of the screen? End stone blocks with minecart rails? What in the world?
Oh my god! That's a 0.0000001% chance. It's a free ticket to win.
Yeah, that is right. The speedrunner literally finds the world's newest Minecraft end structure, the Coney Island end roller coaster. They drop into the end game portal. The dragon is not here. It does not even work. But after a few seconds, they do find a way to enter the portal, beating the game in world record time. How impressive. This speedrun, they're not looking straight ahead. Set on game mode to survival. They're selecting the second slot, so what kind of goofy nonsense were they doing behind the scenes in creative mode? And cut it out. Let's find out. Holy cow, the bitrate quality of this video is so low. It literally looks like garbled pixels when they move around. Well, the speedrunner walks around, they find a tree, and they begin breaking it. And come on, why am I not surprised? Beneath the tree is a chest. Whoop-de-doo-dah, I have seen this 100 times over now. Man, this was such a last year fake speedrunner thing. Get with the picture.
Oh my god! It's the 1 in a million zillion chance.
Yep, that's right. 1 in a million jillion zillion chance for the speedrunner to find a chest under a tree full of trees. Very original. Now, the real question is, what in the world is this speedrunner gonna do with that much wood? Well, allow me to tell you. They make 3 crafting tables, 243 planks, and they waste a bunch of time trying to make sticks.
Oh my god! Oh yes, look at this amazingness. Oh my god.
Well, after the speedrunner gets very, very lucky discovering all of this wood, they run around for 5, maybe 10 seconds until you can hear them say under their breath, "This is a bad spawn."
Oh my god, this is a bad spawn.
The speedrunner comes to a halting stop. They begin typing a /locate structure command, and they waste just so much time. I don't know what in the world they are trying to locate, but running around like a goofball would literally be quicker than combing through these list of commands. I'm not really sure what happens here. They select the ruined portal, but the next frame an error comes up saying there is no structure with type #MinecraftDes. What in the world are you doing? This dude just discovered commands yesterday, but they eventually do figure out how to locate a desert pyramid. They get the coordinates, and I kid you not, they just use a /teleport command. And what in the world? Their username is mylemon21? What a weird username. The speedrunner spawns themselves into a wall. They begin dying. Their reaction is just so funny.
Alright, we're here. Oh my god! Alright, we made it.
Yep, there is a sudden cut before they die in a wall. So completely legitimately, the speedrunner finds themselves outside of a desert temple. How lucky. Then they put down one of their crafting tables. They put down 3 of their crafting tables. Why? I don't know. Then they struggle to make a wooden pickaxe. I don't think they know that you can't use logs for a pickaxe. You have to use planks. But good for them, they figured out. The speedrunner crafts that wooden pickaxe. And at the bottom of the desert pyramid, I don't even want to interrupt this historical moment in cinema. Just watch what happens. It is priceless.
Okay. Yes. Oh. Okay.
That was just so hilarious. They ignite the TNT by accident beneath them. The speedrunner dies. Then there is a very sudden cut. Again, it says set own game mode to survival. So what goofy creative mode nonsense has this guy been up to? And in front of them is a ruined nether portal. Hang on a second though. Last time I checked, obsidian does not spawn like this at a ruined nether portal.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yes, inside of the ruined nether portal chest is just some very legitimate, completely inconspicuous items. You know, a flint and steel, a golden nugget, 64 bedrock, 64 obsidian, diamonds, full netherite gear, and so much more.
And so much more!
The speedrunner is literally stealing my lines. Good for them. The speedrunner has everything they need to beat Minecraft. Are they actually able to do that? No, not at all. They begin building this nether portal. Unfortunately, they create an abomination. Lighting it doesn't work. Who are you kidding?
Okay, guys.
Oh my goodness, this guy's reactions are so hilarious. They realize they have messed up. They start freaking out. The footage cuts, and it's very clear that they went into creative mode, fixed their portal, and just cut it out of the run. Well, congratulations. They light the nether portal, and they enter the nether. And come on, before the loading screen even comes up, there is no loading screen. There's a sudden cut. On the ground in front of them is a floating anvil, and directly behind them is a hole. And I swear, if the mythical frog is in that hole, I am gonna lose it. Only true fans are familiar with the fake Minecraft speedrun lore. Holy cow, would you believe it? It actually is the mythical frog. The fake speedrun universe lore deepens.
The mythical frog spawn! Oh my god! The mythical frog just dropped 64 blaze rods!
Oh my goodness, what a historical moment. The speedrunner finds the mythical frog, and the footage cuts and there's blaze rods in front of them. But you know what? The speedrunner didn't cheat. It was all the mythical frog. The speedrunner expresses his gratitude and appreciation to the mythical frog by tossing enchanted golden apples in its ditch, tossing bedrock and gold blocks in the hole, falling into the hole by accident, and they return to the portal.
Oh my gosh!
Again, the loading screen is gone. The speedrunner's screams are making me crack up. They return to the overworld. There is very clearly Enderman spawned all over the area. And they still have an Enderman spawn egg in their inventory, so they place it without cutting it out of the video. What a sloppy faker. And again, what another historical moment in speedrunning history. The speedrunner found the legendary Enderman cave.
The Enderman cave is the speedrun in Minecraft history!
The speedrunner then proceeds to show off their extreme agility and skill by attacking the Enderman, getting a single pearl, and then proceeding to get wrecked and destroyed by this gang of Endermen before they begin retreating, and there is a sudden cut where they just miraculously have Ender pearls in their inventory. If you think it can't get any worse, it does. The speedrunner runs away, as any speedrunner would do, and they try crafting Eyes of Ender, but I don't think they know what blaze powder is until there is another sudden cut and they have blaze powder in their inventory. Oh my goodness, do not tell me they had to go into creative mode to give themselves blaze powder. Don't tell me that. Well, the speedrunner throws just way too many Eyes of Ender into the sky, and just listen to what this goofball is saying.
Oh my god! It's pointing to right in that cave! Oh my! And look, it's pointing straight at that hole!
The speedrunner is saying that the Eyes of Ender are pointing directly into the hole beneath them, but they are just not. Do you think we were born yesterday? Well, the speedrunner jumps down into that hole until there is another sudden cut, and they're just magically in the stronghold. This is so embarrassingly crappy. Well, they turn around in the stronghold, and it turns out that they are right outside of the portal room. How convenient. And in the sloppiest way possible, they fill the portal with eyes. This is just so cursed. And wow, would you look at that, there's actually a loading screen. Nope, never mind, I spoke too soon. There's another sudden cut, and let's just hang out on this freeze frame for just a moment. The video quality is fuzzy, but could that be the mythical frog on the screen in front of us? Are we graced by his presence again?
The mythical frog is back! He gave me a bag!
Yes, I can confirm. The speedrunner crosses paths with the mythical frog yet again. How lucky. They are given a bed, and oh no. Is that what I think it is in front of us? Nope, never mind. Looks like we're not gonna find out because there's another sudden cut. The speedrunner was given creative mode by the mythical frog. They are floating around, breaking the end crystals. And yep, it's exactly what I thought it was. The Wish.com Ender Dragon 2.0. The speedrunner kills the dragon with their bed, beating the game, and just listen to the reaction. It's funny. What a load of barnacles. Yes, that is how you say my username, not Ayandara. This speedrun starts off with a very cinematic introduction sequence. Where are all of these updates that I have been missing? The speedrun starts off looking very legitimate. They have a timer, but hang on a second. Why are they level 69? They turn around, and directly behind them is a ruined nether portal with 3 spots missing on the portal. Opening up the chest. Are you serious? You couldn't have been more obvious. The speedrunner picks up 3 obsidian blocks from this chest, as well as 6 blocks and flint and steel. So the speedrunner throws their flint and steel into the portal. That's weird. I've never seen anyone do that before. This is some sort of dark magic technique. Well, the nether portal is lit, and after the goofiest Windows Movie Maker effect, the speedrunner enters the nether in a world record 20 seconds. And holy cow, the skill and agility here to be hopping over lava with blocks like that is exquisite. And wouldn't you know it, the speedrunner spawns right outside of a bastion. That is truly lucky. So they collect 2 golden blocks without a pickaxe. Did you think we were gonna look past that one? Throwing their golden blocks at the piglin in front of them. And oh my goodness, I've never seen trades like this before. The last time I've seen a trade like this before was a dream speedrun. They get 16 Eyes of Ender, and just like that, the speedrunner returns to their nether portal, back to the overworld. The speedrunner throws a single Eye of Ender on the ground, and they begin digging straight down. And are you kidding? Oh my goodness, the stronghold is right beneath them. So much luck here. The speedrunner finds their way to the portal room, and the portal has 8 eyes in it already. Very, very lucky. So they fill the end portal, jumping into entering the end. And oh my goodness, the Ender Dragon is looking even more terrifying than last time. Me, I would not be able to do this, but the speedrunner, with just so much bravery and courage, breaks the end crystals. Oh man, not the Enderman again. Truly terrifying. A vicious battle between the Ender Dragon and the speedrunner ensues. The Ender Dragon literally ragdoll falls onto the ground. The endgame portal is complete. And just like that, the speedrunner beats Minecraft Free Edition. What is this edition of Minecraft? Why is everybody playing it, and how do I get it? This speedrun starts off, and there's just so much wrong here. They have some experience points. They're selecting the 8th slot on their hotbar, and the tree in front of them has a block missing. Very mysterious, and I promise they're gonna find out what's going on here in just a second. Not even 1 second into the speedrun, and there is an experience orb on the ground. What a load of barnacles. So the speedrunner begins breaking this tree in front of them, and you have to watch this clip. I love how the goofy music they're playing in the background just cuts out to an awkward pause for no specific reason. Well, the speedrunner breaks 4 oak logs, turning those into oak planks. Wait, what just happened? Yeah, out of nowhere, there is a random cut. And if you listen to the footage, there's like an AI voice in the background going, And then out of nowhere, the music just comes back. After this ridiculous cut, the speedrunner has their planks and a crafting table, which begs the question, what was cut out of this speedrun if nothing has changed? You're gonna find out. The speedrunner aimlessly wanders around until they fall into this very conspicuous pit of water. The speedrunner placed a single oak plank down in front of them, using their crafting table to craft a wooden axe. Wait a second, was that another sudden cut? Again though, what has changed here? Why is this speedrunner cutting every 5 seconds? Well, things go from 0 to 100 so quickly. Out of nowhere, there is a Windows Movie Maker goofy effect on the screen. The music completely cuts, and again, nothing is different. And I could be wrong, but after this next cut, I swear it's like the speedrunner downgraded their video footage. Oh no. Tony, do a zoom in at the top left of the screen. What is this structure that I am looking at? The speedrunner struggles to enter some sort of villager house that belongs to an update that I don't even think exists. How polite. They close the door behind them, breaking the crafting table, breaking the chest, and oh my goodness, why am I not surprised that the speedrunner just found full netherite armor? Get with the picture here. That is so last year. Before I could even process what just happened, there's another goofy Windows Movie Maker effect on the screen. The speedrunner then gets attacked by an illager, killing it with their newly found netherite axe. And I kid you not, like a jump scare out of nowhere, just watch what happens. This speedrun is so unhinged. There's this goofy, intense music playing in the background. And apologies if this is your favorite song. It's only goofy because it's being played in the background of a fake speedrun. Out of nowhere, there is a low-quality 8-bit picture of TNT covering up their screen. And the speedrunner approaches a wooden pressure plate in front of them. Ah, okay, now I understand why the TNT is covering up the screen. Dude, you couldn't have, like, covered up the teleportation command a little bit more? I don't even know what is happening anymore. This is like the plot to an anime. The illagers are teleported up onto this platform with the speedrunner. There is a wooden tower in front of them with a crafting table on the top of it. And for no particular reason, the speedrunner jumps off the platform into a bed of water. Then they spend the next 10 seconds awkwardly trying to get out of this ditch.
Oh my gosh! What? He's on the ground! He's on the ground! Get him, guys! Get him! Chase him! Chase him!
Is there a news flash here that I did not get? In front of the speedrunner is stone pressure plates. And I'm sorry, but do you see that? At the bottom right of the screen, Tony, do a zoom in. Is that Minecraft Steve's head? Yeah, that's it. I'm deleting my channel. It gets so much worse. There's like a Star Wars movie transition. The speedrunner has just been teleported to a ruined nether portal. Scratch that. It looks like they built it back up. It's not ruined anymore. And I'm pretty sure I stole that line from my comment section. The speedrunner opens up the chest outside of their not ruined nether portal. And inside is a lightly used flint and steel, $50 or best offer. No lowballers. Oh my gosh, the speedrun is gonna give me an aneurysm. They don't even give us the courtesy of showing them lighting the portal with their lightly used flint and steel. There is the most abrupt cut. And while the speedrunner is burning to smithereens, they have found themselves in the Temu Great Value Nether Fortress. The speedrunner is just whacking away at these blazes. But there is a block in between the blaze and the speedrunner, so they're never going to be able to pick up those blaze rods. Boom, another cut. The speedrunner has a single blaze rod. And again, they are just aimlessly wandering around the nether until the music cuts out again. Buddy, get a new editor.
Oh my.
Wait, what? What? This speedrun has been more of a fever dream than forcing myself to play AI Minecraft. I kid you not, they just teleport directly in front of a piglin with a crossbow named Bob. What is this, Twin Peaks? The speedrunner slowly backs up, revealing in front of them a barrel with 32 ender pearls in it. How lucky. Thank you so much, Bob. Never mind, the speedrunner just killed Bob. This speedrun music is really getting me motivated. Man, this speedrun is like that video of David Goggins asking who's gonna carry the boats. Yeah, what the heck? This speedrun was so believable. And then they throw it all away by doing that cut into the overworld. I can't believe it. They have an Eye of Ender now. So the speedrunner throws their Eye of Ender. Wait, why are they going the opposite direction and throwing an Ender Pearl? Yep, another cut. They are eating raw mutton. And I'm sorry, but this cannot be real. What is this stone structure on the side of the screen? Oh, brother. I wish this video was sponsored by Temu because this is the Temu speedrun. What a cruddy looking end portal. What in tarnation is the speedrunner playing the Minecraft beta? Well, the speedrunner enters the end. For some reason, the dragon's health bar is just nowhere to be found until, never mind, it pops up and they have no health left. Why am I not surprised? I'm not even sure what happens here. If someone can decipher this, the dragon just dies out of nowhere. And then brace your ears, the speedrunner starts screaming at the top of their lungs. Oh boy, I am excited for this speedrun because it actually looks legitimate. This is a real human being. They have a stream chat. They're showing their keyboard and their mouse at the top of the screen. And this is actually a set seed speedrun. So I've got a really good feeling about this one. The speedrunner's world loads up. Everything is looking normal. The timer is on the right side of their screen. Hang on a second. The speedrunner was not happy, so they actually decided to create a new world with the same seed. And this time around, we can see that they spawned right next to a ruined nether portal, opening up the chest, and they get a golden pickaxe with Fortune 2, as well as a golden axe with Bane of Arthropods. So they use that golden axe to break 2 logs, and using their golden pickaxe, it appears as if the speedrunner is breaking into a jungle pyramid. And I'm not sure how this is going to be useful to the speedrun, because they pick up a lever, 3 redstone, and a sticky piston, as well as 3 diamonds, which makes more sense to me. And holy cow, at the speed of light, the speedrunner turns their logs into planks, making a crafting table, placing it down, and creating a diamond pickaxe. This guy is certainly the real deal, which begs the question, what is fake about this? They mine for some more cobblestone, creating a furnace, smelting their iron ore. Holy cow, this is overstimulating. Breaking down more logs, creating another crafting table. Buddy, why didn't you just use the one you left behind? Well, they craft a boat, which is odd. Why would you need a boat for a Minecraft speedrun? And hang on a second, what is actually happening here? The speedrunner puts down an oak slab with a boat on top of it. Then they find a sheep. They start attacking it, and the sheep finds its way into the boat. Wait a second. Is this speedrunner doing what I think they're about to do? No, wait, please no. They craft a redstone torch, placing them down with redstone on the top of the block, and then they use their copper ingots to craft a lightning rod. Wait, why are they cheering?
Let's go! Let's go!
It is wild to me that someone has probably trained for hundreds of hours just to accomplish this. This speedrun. Whoa, doggy. There is something suspicious about it. Very lucky they are right next to a village. But hold the phone. Why does it say set own game mode to survival? I have seen that text on the screen so many times. I am tossing and turning at night, muttering to myself, set own game mode to survival. And yeah, they're selecting the 8th slot on their hotbar. It's very clear that this speedrun is fake. But wait, there's more. There's netherrack on the ground beneath them. So this goofball has probably spawned right next to a ruined nether portal.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
This is so hilarious. They're counting down saying 3, 2, 1, go, but their timer begins before they say go. Well, the speedrunner opens up this chest outside of the ruined nether portal, and we know for sure this loot is just such a load of barnacles. A fire charge, gold leggings, a golden axe, golden chest plate, flint and steel. That is all normal, but 3 separate stacks of obsidian? Yeah, I'm watching you, Wazowski. So the speedrunner equips their newly found golden armor, and then they approach this village in front of them. Now, I know the quality of this speedrun looks like it was filmed with a Krabby Patty, but why are there planks stacked on top of each other outside of a villager house? Do you really think a villager would do that? This is not a Grox video. The speedrunner enters the blacksmith house, and the loot in this chest is just so fake, but it's not as fake as their reaction.
Oh my god! What is that? What is that?
The speedrunner then breaks some wood on the house in front of them, turning it into planks and making a crafting table. While they are doing that though, they are singing the John Cena WWE intro song.
I need to break a world record. Da, 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 da.
Well, at a world record pace, the speedrunner crafts a diamond axe and a diamond pickaxe and diamond leggings. Wow, I'm so impressed. Well, the speedrunner completes the ruined nether portal, lighting it with their flint and steel, and when they enter the nether, they spawn right next to a nether fortress. How believable. Now, if we speed up this footage, we can tell that the speedrunner travels directly to a blaze spawner, indicating to us that they knew exactly where they were going. What a shame. I was just beginning to believe that this was legitimate. After wasting a whole minute spontaneously combusting by blaze, the speedrunner gets 2 blaze rods, and then they retreat. And I gotta say, it is difficult to decide decipher what is happening on the screen here because the bitrate of this video, well, there is no bitrate. It's 0. While the speedrunner is attempting to return to their nether portal, what in tarnation are these blocks leading up?
This is what I placed earlier.
What you placed earlier? What, in creative mode? Well, things just get even more suspicious because you can hear the speedrunner say this.
I might get lucky.
Directly after saying that very suspicious phrase, the speedrunner stops in their tracks and just does nothing. They then proceed to waste so much time. The speedrunner puts down a crafting table, turning their blaze rods into blaze powder, and then they make 2 eyes of ender. Newsflash, buddy, you don't need a crafting table to make eyes of ender. So the speedrunner throws their eye of ender. This is so low quality, it is difficult to see where that eye of ender even is. But despite the video quality looking like it was filmed by a baked potato, the speedrunner uses their ender pearls to travel to the stronghold. And with a pretty solid ender pearl clutch, the speedrunner now finds themselves in the cherry blossom biome. Wow, how pretty. But this is not a sightseeing tour. This is an expose on the worst fake Minecraft speedruns of all time. And this one is definitely one of the worst.
Get up, fast, fast. I have to break the world record.
Oh, brother. When is this goofy speedrun gonna be over? At this point, I am skipping so much of this speedrun. This expedition to the stronghold is literally longer than Sam and Frodo trying to get into Mordor. Until this happens.
What? What is that? It's already open. Oh my!
With just a few series of fortunate events, this speedrunner has jumped into a gaping chasm, finding the stronghold, finding the portal room, and it's a 12-eye. Wow. And you gotta love how the speedrunner is wasting so much time by not jumping in the portal, followed by a very sudden cut, with the timer not changing at all. It says set on game mode to survival again, and the Ender Dragon's health is non-existent. Dear Lord, this was painful to get through. The speedrunner wastes so many minutes because they are unable to get their dragon to perch, and by some miracle they kill the dragon. Yes, this fake speedrunner beats Minecraft in world record time. Then they proceed to just repeatedly call the dragon a noob, followed by a parkour video with the speedrunner providing some motivational words of wisdom.
Look at him! Look at him! What a noob! Bro, he's such a noob. In the world of Minecraft, true skills come from practice and
Wow, I am truly inspired. Insert fart noise here. This speedrun is happening at school, and don't worry, this speedrunner has done his homework. It says so on the screen. Mom, if you're watching this, I swear I'm done with my homework. Yes, okay. Well, it's very, very legitimate. This speedrun is a set seed. They have an in-game timer going, spawning right in front of a village. So they break this glass, jumping up, opening the chest, and all the loot looks very, very legitimate. Quick, they get 15 obsidian blocks and an iron pickaxe. So the speedrunner uses their pickaxe to break this stone on the house, getting a bed. They get another bed, 4 more beds, as well as more obsidian. And holy cannoli, I have never seen anyone build a nether portal that quickly before. Now this next moment is some sort of Gandalf wizardry. They start breaking a ton of blocks down. Then they place 2 blocks in there, which I think is pushing a flint back there from gravel towards them. At the speed of light, the speedrunner, pun intended, crafts a flint and steel, completing the portal, lighting it, and entering the nether. When in the nether, the speedrunner is trying to find something, I don't know what, but you can hear the dialogue in the school where the speedrunner is saying he only has $2.
What do you mean? I have like $2. 10 pesos. It's less than $1. What? It's less than $1.
Well, after that riveting conversation, the speedrunner has ran to a very specific point in the nether, creating a nether portal at the speed of light, lighting it, pun intended, and they spawn directly into the portal room. Is this fake, or has this been practiced billions of times in study hall? This guy's mom is not gonna be happy with him. What's crazy about this is that this seed is very, very lucky. This is a very rare glitch because the end portal is actually crossing over different chunks chunks. And on that note, I'm gonna go get a chocolate chunk cookie. I'm actually not sure what happens here, because as soon as the speedrunner spawns into the end, they change their render distance from 2 to 15, but then their timer jumps about 40 seconds. And at the same time, you can see this goofy picture of a dog covering someone at their school. So my guess here is that a teacher walked by and they cut the footage out. I don't know. Regardless though, the speedrunner does set up their beds to kill the dragon, and they blew it. Yeah, they broke that bed a little bit too early. Was he rushing or was he dragging? The age-old question. I just thought this speedrun was funny because he was doing it in school. Do your homework, eat your Flintstone gummies. This speedrun, everything seems very, very normal. What a relief. Normal loading screen, normal spawn screen. There is not a single thing here that says fake. And this is very lucky considering they spawn right in front of a pillager outpost.
Oh, okay.
Now hang on a second though. This speedrunner's voice seems oddly familiar. Well, the speedrunner breaks into this pillager outpost building, opening up the chest on the top floor, and they only get the dark oak log until for some reason they open up their inventory, getting knocked off of the building. The speedrunner has 1.5 hearts left, and I'm sorry, did I miss an update? Does Minecraft have ostriches now? I'm not even gonna question it. I am so confused. And hang on a second, what is this mob? This is definitely not vanilla Minecraft.
What the heck? Okay, why do they add lives in Minecraft?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. What is happening? The speedrunner continues traveling around. I'm not sure what they're looking for, but in the distance, you can very clearly see at the top left of the screen that there is a ruined nether portal. And on the right side of the screen, there's giraffes. Am I being pranked right now? Well, unfortunately, it doesn't matter because the speedrunner makes the worst decision in the world to place their crafting table down on the edge of this gaping cliff while they're being chased by these pillagers. And just watch this. It is crazy.
What? Yeah.
Okay, not gonna lie, that was actually pretty impressive. Now, the real question at hand here is what in tarnation is the speedrunner gonna do at the bottom of the world with a stick and a ladder? Allow me to show you.
Yesterday, I was reading a book in history class, and it says, if you're in a dangerous situation in a dark cave, all you gotta do is just snap your fingers, just like this.
Oh my goodness. You know, for a second, I thought this speedrun was legitimate. A shameless cut like that? How is this speedrunner gonna explain something so fake? And why is there a hippo in this game now?
And we got hippos. Okay. Time to burn you up, man. There's no way I just hit my balls again.
Oh, brother. Now I know why this speedrunner sounds familiar. This is the guy who said that he hit his balls on camera in a speedrun.
Oh my god. Damn, that hurts. Ow. Oh, it's actually throbbing.
Alright, I am thoroughly confused. I am definitely subject to some sort of social experiment here. I know I'm being punked right now. After the speedrunner recovers from their balls being in throbbing pain, they explore this village, opening up a chest. Now, the contents of the chest seem normal, but why does this guy have stacks of leaves in their inventory? Weird, but okay. And hang on a second, in their inventory, why do they have 24 hooked lizard tails? I know that this is not vanilla, or is it? Look, let's just get some normalcy. The speedrunner begins killing this iron golem in the village. They get 3 iron ingots from it, so the speedrunner crafts a bucket, filling it with water. And then before the speedrunner leaves the village, they try out trading with some of the villagers. But I could be wrong. I am pretty sure that a fisherman and the trading page does not look like this. I'm on to you.
Okay, I'll buy it anyways, because I'm a poor piece of... Guys, oh my god. No, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in Minecraft. This is way better than Speedrun right now. This view.
I don't know what is happening anymore. There is another sudden cut, and the speedrunner is just admiring the view. And you know what? That's all great, but this is literally a speedrun.
What I'm gonna do is take a screenshot and probably just relax here, to be honest.
I mean, what is it? Waste Andaru's time day? You guys are messing with me. Well, things take a turn for the worse. The speedrunner begins saying some really disturbing things.
When I find this dragon, I'm gonna find a piece of glass and put it in both of his eyes and smash his until out. If that's what it takes to beat this dragon, I'm gonna do it.
Until there is another sudden cut. It is just sudden cut day. The speedrunner's at the top of the mountain. They decide to throw all these snowballs up into the air until they start getting hit by nothing.
What? Did I just pick up something? Who's hitting me? Whoa, 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 whoa. Who is hitting me actually?
I'm not sure what in the world just happened. Somehow, this speedrun has so many twists and turns to it. Their world is clearly haunted now because they suddenly have 22 obsidian out of nowhere. So the speedrunner begins building their nether portal. Unfortunately though, this speedrunner doesn't know how to build a nether fortress. That is just sad. This speedrunner is yapping and yapping about how they have supernatural powers.
I have power. I can make this disappear. In 3, 2, 1, it's gone. I told you. Now it's gone.
There's a sudden cut, and now their portal is the right size. Whoopity-doo-dah. You discovered video editing. Congratulations. In the nether, everything is seeming very normal, except for the fact that the speedrunner is getting in a vicious argument with the ghast, just repeatedly yelling at the ghast, calling it Marshmallow Man.
And this ghast has the IQ of like a snowball. So, my God, get out of here, Marshmallow Man. You big fat pieces. I'm about to snap.
Well, the speedrunner does get very lucky. They are able to eliminate the Marshmallow Man with only 2 hearts left. I wish I could eliminate this speedrun. Well, after some exploration, the speedrunner drops some wisdom and knowledge on us that is just such a load of barnacles. Or wait, is this actually real?
If you place a sunflower in the nether, it has about a 0.00001.3% chance of pointing towards the nether fortress. Okay? Nether skeleton can you not right now. Yeah guys, if this works, I will actually spray to the top of my lungs. I'll be so happy. Here we go. Let's go!
Hang on a second, is this sunflower thing real? You know, this speedrunner is so kind, sharing his wisdom and knowledge to us all, not spreading misinformation or anything bad like that. The speedrunner jumps down to the nether fortress using a bucket of snow to clutch it. Again, every 5 seconds, I am just questioning, is that even possible in the nether? I think so.
I actually might win this now. I'm not even kidding, because I just gained 10 plus ore from this. And 10 plus ore minus 50 equals...
That was so goofy. What a blatant cut. The fact that their screen was perfectly cut is just so hilarious. But things get very dicey here despite all of the cheating. The speedrunner is sandwiched in between these 2 wither skeletons and Blaze until the speedrunner is trying to bribe the wither skeleton, saying that he'll lick his shoe.
Please, bro, I swear I'll do anything. I'll lick my shoe. Come on, just do it. No, this is predicament. I'm actually dead. Say my name.
This is so goofy. The speedrunner is reenacting a scene from one of my favorite shows, Breaking Bad. But while they are doing so, they are getting attacked by a ghast's fire. The speedrunner is getting killed by this Enderman, and they are wasting so much time role-playing with it until the Enderman just dips like that ridiculous meme of the kid doing the peace sign, and he just fades away into the sunset.
I gave you the money, I gave you the pearls, okay? And I'll just leave, okay? Okay?
1,000 ridiculous and just stupid cuts later, the speedrunner very clearly has 16 ender pearls in their hotbar. Oh brother, I do not usually review these ridiculous speedruns like this. I mean, this is just so blatant. Has this guy never heard of being subtle? They are back in the overworld. They have eyes of ender now. They throw it in the sky. I just get more and more confused by the minute. I don't even know what I'm looking at on the screen. I know this is fake, but I have to know how it ends. There's drafts on the screen, obsidian and end crystals all over in front of them. And somehow when the speedrunner explodes these crystals, they are launched into the air at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Is this a SpaceX demonstration? And after literal minutes, the speedrunner is diving into the ground head first, and it looks like they're gonna perform the world's craziest water bucket clutch. Never mind, come on, they cut the footage. Performing a clutch into the end portal. Another cut into the end. What is this cobblestone tower from the ground doing? And the speedrunner nosedives into the Ender Dragon with a mace, one-shotting it, and they die.
And I just got the world record, baby.
I have no idea what I just watched. This is probably the worst fake speedrun that I will ever review, but it's so unoriginal and so blatantly stupid that I couldn't help myself. There's speedrunning Minecraft in multiplayer. I don't know what Karo SMP is or Gogo Iori. I have no idea what that is. But for this speedrun, we're being graced by Ryle's Speedruns 100% verified. And would you look at that, there's already one person starting out the speedrun. Nothing like getting a head start. So the speedrunner enters the server, and in front of them is just their friend. No disguises, no tricks up their sleeves, and they're in creative mode. And there's a trail of redstone torches leading to something. At least there's some effort here for the speedrunner to conceal their cheating, so they try to put themselves into survival mode. Unfortunately, they don't know how to spell game mode. And I love how as soon as they go into survival mode, the act begins.
Oh my gosh, guys! We found the guider!
I think maybe they meant to cut out all the fat of this speedrun footage, and then they just got lazy and never did it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. They encountered the rare and illustrious guider. Very original. But there's unfortunately not much to this. The guider guides him to what looks like a McDonald's playscape, and underneath it is a cavern with a nether portal. The speedrunner enters this cave, but oddly enough, there's a sudden cut, and now they're in creative mode. Then they by accident left-click on the portal, breaking it. So they give themselves flint and steel, relight the nether portal, and put themselves back into survival. Like I said, I think they meant to cut all this stuff out. I'm not quite sure. So as soon as the speedrunner enters the nether, they find the Ender Pyrrole and Blaze Rot Trader's House, a very rare structure. Upon finding this extremely rare structure, the speedrunner proceeds to say, "Oh my gosh, guys," a billion times in a row.
Oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh.
And yeah, yada yada yada. The speedrunner gets ender pearls, blaze powder, netherite gear and weapons, and then the goofy Minecraft guide floats up into the sky. I sure hope this speedrun is entertaining for you, because I am in more pain than when I forced myself to play the Golem game. I feel like I've said this 100 times today, but again, the next few moments I really cannot put into words, so I'm just gonna have to play the clip and let you experience it for yourself. It is a fever dream.
Okay guys, so finally, oh my gosh, guys, it's the food trader. What food will he give me?
The further I get into this speedrun, the more I believe that all of this goofy nonsense was supposed to be cut from the footage. Yeah, they found the food trader, played by the same actor who plays the guide and the Ender Pyrrole and Blaze Rot Trader's House. Unfortunately, I think this production had a lower budget, so they had to reuse actors. Anyways, yada yada. The speedrunner gets cooked pork chop from the magical food trader, and this is the part in the speedrun where I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the end of it. The level of originality is so low.
Oh my gosh, guys, we found the end portal frame trader.
Yeah, they found the end portal frame trader, also played by the same actor.
Oh my gosh, what is he gonna give me?
What is he gonna give you? Gee, I don't know. Maybe the end portal frame.
End portal frame. Oh, give me the frames. Give me the frame! Thank you so much.
So yes, the speedrunner gets a stack of end portal frames, but as soon as they realize that they don't have Eyes of Ender, they start to experience some frustrations and technical difficulties.
Dude, why didn't you give me the... I'm still recording. Okay guys, it's just something glitched.
So yeah, there's a sudden cut, and now that I think of it, I don't even know why they made a sudden cut in the footage, because they had blaze powder and they had ender pearls, so they could have just crafted the Eyes of Ender themselves. Well, they make the Eyes of Ender, they start filling the portal, but as soon as they fill in the last portal frame, the speedrun footage just ends. I found this fake speedrun on my hard drive. I have no idea where it came from, so if anyone has any idea where this came from, and if there's a part 2, please let me know, because now I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night not knowing what happens next. I mean, the possibilities are endless. He could have found the PP trader, he could have found a gun, and speaking of guns, I know you're not gonna believe me, but I tried speedrunning. And don't worry, it's nothing like my Minecraft speedrun. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. As I was saying, I speedran guns in Pokemon with guns.
I wanna be the very best. Do-ba-ba-do-ba-be-boo.
And not to brag, but I achieved world record time. So if you want to see it, it's on my channel. That's all I'm gonna say about that. This speedrun, well, it says modded at the bottom left. I have so much to look forward to. The speedrunner makes their world name Rawood, and of course, they're using an annoying text-to-speech voice.
Let's go, there's a tree.
Oh boy, woohoo. Let's get into this. I am thoroughly impressed that the speedrun does have a timer, so you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this speedrun is gonna be extremely promising. The speedrunner spawns in a desert, nothing looks off here, no experience points, they're selecting the first slot, and there's just a normal tree behind them. They break the tree, getting 6 logs, but then they turn around after a sudden cut, and there's just a billion logs. I've seen this trick one too many times. Haha, you got me. Again, after an extremely sudden cut, the speedrunner finds themselves right outside of a village, and the footage clearly says set on game mode to survival. I wonder if they were in creative mode. Well anyways, the speedrunner enters a village house, opening a chest. Genuinely, there's no way for me to really commentate what's about to happen next. The only way you're gonna experience this is by me showing you. Just watch. It's wild.
Guys, I heard that if you mine under here, you might ask underwear. Haha, after you ruthlessly end this stupid kid, then you mine under this belt, you will find.
I don't know if this is some sort of legendary mythical encounter in Minecraft, but just to recap, the speedrunner found underwear, murdered a villager child, rang a bell, and then mined under it, and that leads to discovering a sheep committing nefarious acts. I am very, very confused. Regardless, the speedrunner builds up from this cave, and they immediately find a ruined nether portal on the surface. It's just missing 1 obsidian, and what do you know, they open up the chest, and they find 1 obsidian. But when they try putting the obsidian down, they misplace it. So there's another sudden cut to the speedrun, and the player is now digging down again. And I sure hope he doesn't see what he saw last time he dug down. Miraculously, they find another, I'm air quoting, ruined nether portal, so they light it and they enter the nether. But instead of showing us the loading screen, the speedrunner puts on a Microsoft Movie Maker transition. And again, the next few moments are just very, very confusing. Before I show you the next sequence of events, I just want to comment on the fact that in the background audio of this footage, it sounds like this guy is playing video games on a moving train. It is so loud.
Guys, I heard that if we kill this pig boy, we get steak. Let's go, we got suspicious stew. What, it shouldn't supposed to drop this.
What in the world? They kill a pig, there's a sudden cut, and then there's just a billion suspicious stew in front of them. I don't understand, what is the joke here? No surprise here, there is another sudden cut. It says set on game mode to survival. There really is just no way for me to commentate on what is about to happen. I'm just gonna have to show you.
So there's this new update. When we say please give my rods back, there is a 50% chance of fire rods spawning under this block. Yes, it worked. Let's fricking go, man.
Yeah, so to recap, they dig straight down, finding a bunch of magma blocks with a chest. Inside the chest is 64 blaze rods, and above the chest is a sign that says, please release my family? It feels like whoever made this speedrun is just coming up with random things just for the sake of being random. Or perhaps this is the first AI-generated fake Minecraft speedrun. I can't tell. I honestly can't tell. And the next step in the speedrun, of course, would be to find ender pearls, right? Well, the speedrunner words it a little differently.
Okay, now to get blue balls, we need to find Elon Musk.
Okay, so now I'm really intrigued. They have to get the blue balls and find Elon Musk. So the speedrunner is now outside of Elon Musk house. They get ender pearls. They put themselves into creative mode, revealing a lot of baloney in their chat history. Creative mode, survival mode. He was killed by a piglin, he located a ruined nether portal, changing the time, and then he just locates the stronghold and teleports himself to that area. Then says this.
I have a gut feeling that this random location will help us find the stronghold.
Yeah, buddy, I got a gut feeling that I'm not gonna make it to the end of the speedrun. The speedrunner digs down, and if I go frame by frame here, they didn't even do the teleport correctly. There's very clearly a cut to them getting into the portal room, and the strangest part about this sequence of events is they literally have Eyes of Ender and blaze rods in their inventory. All they have to do is turn the blaze rods into powder and then combine it with the eyes. But instead, they go into creative mode and give themselves Eyes of Ender. So they fill the portal with eyes and go back into survival mode, acting as if none of that ever happened. And in record time, just under 2 minutes, the speedrunner gets into the end, finding, I can't watch this. A house with a sign on it that says gift from Obama. That's great. This special gift is from your one and only Obama. Please use this wisely because it might be the cause of your loss in the speedrun, but don't worry since I got a plan. Read next page to see the plan. Well, they walk on the pressure plate, putting them into spectator mode, but unfortunately the speedrunner is not happy about this.
No way we got spectator mode. Wait, you son of a...
He really should have read page 2. You can't tell me Obama wasn't trying to help him. The speedrunner resorts to just using a command to kill everything. So after killing himself, he respawns, returns to the end, and his timer has been reset to 4 seconds. He puts himself back into survival mode, getting more suspicious stew. I don't know what this guy's fascination is with suspicious stew. Jumping into the portal, beating the game in a world record 0.52 seconds. Wow, very impressive. But there's actually 4 seconds left of this clip, and something tells me he knows he's cheating.
Just beat Minecraft. I am innocent, please don't.
Gee, I don't know what it is. But you know who didn't cheat? Me, when I speedran guns in Pokemon with guns. Yeah, I'm legit. This next speedrun is extremely promising. Let me just show you the first 5 seconds, and you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today we're gonna be speedrunning Minecraft.
That intro really made me feel like I was watching YouTube in 2010. The footage for the speedrun is only 28 seconds, so there's really only a few things that could happen here. But one thing is for sure, this guy is really fast.
If we're gonna be going for the world record, and oh my god, guys, look, an Ender Dragon appeared. That's world record! Let's go!
That was truly impressive. I know that speedrun was a lot quicker than the usual ones I cover, but I really wanted to take a moment to showcase the sheer skill of a single player. I'm very inspired. I'm also very inspired by what's going on in their other tab, like how they have a bookmark for Pokemon Sapphire, or their YouTube homepage, Beijing Corn Taste Failure? What is this guy watching? Alright, this speedrun, there's a lot to unpack here. There is a Wondershare Filmora Go watermark at the bottom right of the screen. There are so many free video editors to use, and you decide to use Wondershare. Probably spyware. Anyways, on top of that, it appears as if they are speedrunning on a console, or they're just playing with a controller. Either way, I don't know how people play this game on a controller. They have a very goofy looking timer at the top right of their screen. They're also giving us the courtesy of having some text on the screen saying, alright guys, don't worry, top 1 speedrun in the bag. And they say that while the timer is at 0 and they're already in a chest that has full netherite armor in it. They're just so fast that we didn't see everything that happened before. No, but legitimately, I didn't even click play yet, so I'm very intrigued to see what happens next. As soon as they collect their loot, the timer starts and they equip their armor. They walk forward, falling down a hole, and beneath them is a filled end portal. You know what? This isn't a fake Minecraft speedrun. This is just any percent. They're not cheating. So the speedrunner enters the end and they pick up an ender pearl, throwing it like a distance of 3 blocks, which really does not help them at all. But straight ahead, you can see that there's experience points all over the ground, which means the dragon is already dead. Or so I thought. As the speedrunner gets closer and closer to the middle of the end island, I catch a glimpse of the ender dragon, and wow, with the new update, it is looking more menacing than ever. So the speedrunner engages in a grisly I can't speak. So the speedrunner engages in a grisly battle with the ender dragon, and as soon as he kills it, just in case we forgot, the screen is plastered with text saying dragon down. Of course, the speedrunner wastes a bunch of time collecting experience points. Then they do a 360 into the portal saying GG too easy, 53-second world record. Yeah, I regret watching that one. But you know what you won't regret watching? My world record speedrun in Pokemon with guns. What in the world? Like all fake Minecraft speedruns, before I even click play on this one, there is a lot to unpack. Their version of the game looks so modified, it doesn't even look like Minecraft anymore. They are very clearly playing with their friend Parkour Pro 20. As soon as they exit out of the menu, we immediately see they have a ton of status effects, as well as the fact that they are using a very ugly resource pack, and when they open the chat box, they're showing all of their chat history, which is gonna give us a pretty decent idea of what's gonna happen next. There's a bunch of command block stuff that has to do with summoning lightning bolts. Then they say, hello guys, today we'll do a speedrun. Don't mind the stuff above, I totally did not try to cheat. Their friend says okay, then the speedrunner says, anyways, I will make crafting table. OMG, it's God. Hi God. Wow God. God, can you build an end portal? OMG guys, it's actually God, the newest update. Then their friend, Parkour Pro 2066, presumably is God. How dare you try hitting me? PV2 Cool died, so I'm assuming God killed them. The speedrunner clears their inventory, and then they went into creative mode. Reading all that was honestly more riveting than the Attack on Titan plot. But the plot thickens. The speedrunner starts typing, saying, "Hi guys, today we will do speedrun. I will get world record. Let's get some wood." So I have a feeling this is take 2, and take 1 didn't go so well. The speedrunner really shows off their speedrunning skills when they fail to successfully break this tree multiple times. But they don't give up. They get their wood and they make a crafting table, placing it down, but then they walk away and you can actually see someone in the distance. Now, I don't think I'm the smartest guy around, but if I were to take a shot in the dark, a wild guess, that could be God himself. The speedrunner immediately types, "Is that God?" They pick up a shulker box that's labeled God Stuff LMAO, and inside of this box, I honestly don't think I can even say these things out loud. Well, they collect all this gear and equip it, and judging by the look of their character, I have no idea what incarnation kind of mods this guy has installed onto his computer. This is looking a lot more like Cyberpunk than it is like Minecraft right now. All the while, God is building the end portal. What does that even mean? Filling it with eyes, and then the speedrunner jumps into this portal. And like all good fake Minecraft speedrunners, this goofball is in the end with no pickaxe and no way to dig up. So of course, God comes to the rescue, throwing cooked pork chops at him. I'm not sure how that's supposed to help him, and quite frankly, I don't think that was in the script. Regardless, the speedrunner gets a pickaxe, they dig out of this hole. Once on the surface, the speedrunner magically has the ability to spawn wooden logs beneath them as they travel into the air. But before the speedrunner can even get to the Ender Dragon, God beats him to it, beating the game himself. And the dialogue between the speedrunner and God is truly heartwarming. World record, let's go. Thank you, God. Bye, my child. This honestly was more moving than the story of Christmas.